This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain shocking revelations, violence, and sexual themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Wings of Change. It was written by McKen, who is also our game master, and this is a one-shot. Before we begin, I do feel the need to ask a favor. We don't monetize our show with YouTube, but we do have a Patreon where you can give us a small pledge, a couple of dollars a month, to help defray the cost of producing the show. Our thanks to all of our patrons for their generous support. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Mike?
Thank you so much, Tom. Yes, we'll start with a quick introduction here. Downtown LA, late May of 1989. The flashing ambulance lights cut through the pouring rain outside a small cafe in the early hours of the morning. A placard on the small stand nearby reads, "Wings of Change New Album Early Listening Party by Invite Only." Two paramedics slowly step from the building on either side of the stretcher. They slowly roll towards an ambulance. The sheet covering the stretcher's occupant is quickly soaked, and the impression of the corpse beneath quickly takes shape. Police officers move about the scene. Off to the side, two figures stand in the rain watching. One of them is in a state of anguish. "Let it out, friend," the shorter figure speaks out as they begin to move towards a waiting vehicle. "These things happen. Did I ever tell you about that time in Panama when—" The rest of the man's words are lost in a dull roar of rain. From atop its perch high above on an opposite building, a darker shape, only barely visible against the night, stretches its wings and takes flight. At this point, we'll move forward about 4 months. We cut to 4 months later. High above the earth, a huge jet is on course to reach Moscow by early evening. It's 2 days before the Moscow Music Madness concert, a 2-day hard rock event that is the first of its kind. American, British, and German bands playing a music festival together with Russian bands behind the Iron Curtain. It's a time of change in the world, as the stalemate of the Cold War has led to an invasion of a different kind. Just past the crew cabins on the jet, we reach a small executive section where several people of note sit. A small partition divides them from the raucous party spreading across the rest of the jet. The people in this smaller section comprise those from the record company and the CIA, both looking to achieve a specific result in this joint venture. But let's move beyond that partition now into the main body of the jet, where amongst the members of 7 bands, a video crew and reporters, a handful of techs, and several frazzled stewardesses, we find the members of Wings of Change. So I'll have you each describe yourselves as you're on this plane. You're slowly nearing the end, and they've had the plane to yourselves. It's pretty much been a non-stop party.
All right, I'll start as the lead singer. Carter, Crisis Gingrich, is weirdly absent. Normally, he'd be just diving into the crowd, boozing and schmoozing, but he's looking, it can't be, introspective, strangely watching the crowd. Seems like he's thinking, worrying, particularly keeping an eye on the drummer.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Well, let's check in with the drummer then. Kyle, how's Kyle doing on this flight?
Listen, I don't like the fly, all right? I mean, there's irony in that, given the name of the band and everything, Wings of Flight, just because, penguins got wings, right? They don't fucking fly. God, I just look, we've just been in the air for so long. I'm just getting jittery, I'm just getting jittery, so I'm just nonstop tapping my foot and just like drumming with my hands, just
Kyle,
looking at everything and nothing at the same time.
and which is why it can't help but catch your notice that just down the aisle from you, the guys from Ragged Gang have kind of got a little table set up, and you can see long lines of white powder eagerly awaiting them. And one of them catches you glance over and says, "Come on over, Kyle. This will take the edge off."
I'll look over the table and I'm going to shoot a glance back at Crisis. Just be like, no, 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 I'm okay. I'm okay.
All right, let's move over to who wants to go next of Kurt, Zachary, and Atlas. Go ahead, Kurt.
I
Oh, go ahead, Ricon.
Go ahead.
Zachary, you go. Okay, I'll go ahead. Kurt Fuego, your London-based guitarist, is like sitting there with his legs slung over the side into the aisle, nice bottle of Jack Daniels, and a nice, massive, great spliff, and he's having the time of his life. Although things have been a bit uncomfortable recently within the band, like, I'm just kicking back, man, isn't it? You know, it's all rock and roll. You know, I see how jittery Kyle is. I'm a bit concerned about him, but, you know, drummers are always a bit jittery, aren't they? So, like, I've got no problem with that. I'm just looking around, enjoying it. I see what's taking place down on the Ragged Gang's tail, and I'll raise a bottle to them. All right, boys?
Oh,
How's it going there? You all right, got enough to go around, have you?
come on by, and they are willing to wave you over. As
I'll
short
have
time,
one.
and as you join them, a short time later, kind of the video crew shows up, and they're looking to video, and the main reporter, Katie, kind of looks at the table and then nervously looks away, and the film crew's kind of careful to keep where they have the camera pointed. After they ask you a few questions about the band, Kurt, Katie's said, kind of quietly says, "So, you did a few shows this summer with Air Fletcher. It's a huge acclaim, huge arenas. Is there any chance? It sounds now like their guitarist isn't coming back. There's a lot of rumors that you might be stepping in full time."
Well, Katie, I wouldn't listen to everything you hear, love. I mean, it's, you know, not a speculation in the press. I was happy to help out with Fletcher. I mean, they're great guys. I mean, we've been with them on the road before. They're fucking blinding, right? Oh, sorry, can't swear on TV, can I? But, like, it's great. I mean, they're a great bunch of guys. And, yeah, I filled in for them, innit? That's what we do. That's what we do. That's the game. But I'm concentrating at the moment. I mean, we're on this great tour. I mean, Wings of Change have been a band. We've had our earlier stuff was great. I mean, we really did pound those airwaves. But we're embarked on this fantastic tour, going into the Soviet Union with our peers, and we're here, and we're going to have a great time, and you're going to see it on live. Wings of Change, shredding it up. Am I right? Am I right, boys?
The others all
Yeah.
cheer. Yeah. Varying levels of enthusiasm. The camera will spin to Doc Zed, the bassist from here. Tell us about you, Doc Zed.
me. Well, I'm Doc Zed. I'm the bassist.
Nice.
I sometimes do the music on the sidelines too, not just the bass, background, some of the minor vocals, things like that.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm excited to be on this tour. Um, though I will fully admit, I kind of agree with my buddy Kyle. I ain't too big a fan of flying, especially right into the heart of the Soviet Union. But you know, uh, fortune favors the bold, or something
Yeah.
like that.
So you're stepping out of the one of the washrooms on the plane and coming back through kind of one of the side rooms, and you can't help but notice the kind of shrill voice of Gil Wolfgang, the lead singer of Burnout Column, and he seems to be talking to two of the stewardesses. Yeah, man, like Wings of Change are so old, they're kind of done, like, but this is kind of the time that I think Burnout Column's really going to establish itself here. I mean, those guys are good, and Stingers and some of the other bands on this tour, and the two seem to be utterly intent on. He's like, they've just kind of they've had their time already, right? Like it's all kind of just downhill once those bands kind of reach that like stage when I don't know they're singing about wizards and demons and stuff. There's not much left. They don't know how to have fun anymore.
Hey, how about you say that to my fucking face?
Uh, Kyle, let's not. Okay.
No, how about no? Let's do. No, oh.
Uh,
Any type of tour situation, there's always going to be some other bands who have some. Not everyone exists in harmony, and while most of the different groups are pretty chill, Gil Wolfgang seems to continually be a bit of an asshole. Moving forward, we'll head to Atlas Blue, the keyboardist of the band.
Yeah, my name's Atlas Blue, and I'm not. I mean, I can party with the rest of them, but right now I've got a couple things on my mind. I've been going over the books, and we've definitely taken a little bit of a dip since that fan committed suicide a couple of months ago. Um, I was hoping that would just blow over and it would not cause us any problems. But so help me God, if one of these TV people asks me about that, I'm going to be really pissed off. Also, what the hell, Carter, are these changes that you're making to this song?
No, it's good. It's good. It's a tribute song now to Billy. It's simple. The song just like thematically it's mostly the same, but just you got to hit the ground part right. Billy's in the ground. And really, yeah, you see like it'll bring people back because they'll remember him.
Okay, yeah, but this chord progression's really bizarre.
Yeah, I
We're
don't
gonna
do
have
the
to go.
music.
We're gonna have to go over this a few times in studio before we
It'll
perform
make
this.
sense if you just play it, I think.
You guys have been rehearsing a set of songs for a few months now, but with the event of this concert, your manager, Doc McGrief, has been pushing you all towards having a new song, a big, bombastic, anthemic song, an anthem that will resound across the world. And it's been hard writing it. You guys have been struggling with it. And as you slowly lock down chords for the intro and verses, and Crisis works about these lyrics, trying to there's subtle pushes that it should have to do with the changes going on in the world and yet it's hard you don't want to trade in your authenticity as a band either. um the two of you are talking. Atlas, you can see on the seat beside you, there's kind of a magazine from a few months ago sitting there as well. It's about halfway through the magazine, and it's just an open article.
I'm just lean over and look at this. The raw talent of the band represents the potential to change the world itself. I mean it. Get ready to have your world rocked hard. Nothing is ever going to be the same. Good old Doc McGrief, our manager, 1984. I wish he would talk to me about these promotions. Wings of Change Take Flight, continued from page 29. Formed in 1983, many of the members of the band have played together in previous bands on the LA bar scene. Eventually, their demo tape landed in the hands of manager Don McGrief, who immediately signed the band to his growing roster. The band soon released their first album, Love at First Lick, in spring. You know, I didn't come up with that name. That was you.
Yeah, it was really
Love
it's a
at
good
First
name.
Lick. As spring of 1985, it immediately climbed the rock charts, hitting number one within a week. The opening single was accompanied by heavy radio play and an eye-opening music video. A North American tour supported record sales, to be followed by South America and and then Europe. A brief controversy erupted after the WOC drummer was briefly detained in Germany for drug possession. The band's sophomore album, The Repairer of Reputations, another I didn't have any hand in that, 1987, was marked departure lyrically from the sex and drug-fueled testosterone of their initial release. Overall, the album featured a darker, more focused sound, but the band trademark bombast of power chords and heavy drums fills could be found on several of the album's more rock-oriented tracks. Lyrics range between subjects such as witchcraft, suicide, and paranoia, then immediately caught the attention of the CCPAV, the Concerned Christian Parents for American Values, a record-burning event in Knoxville, Tennessee, was crashed by the band themselves, who signed autographs in front of the shocked Bible-toting crowd. That was fun. This fall, Wings of Change will be one of the headlining acts of the Moscow Music Madness Festival, created by their manager, Don McGrief. The festival is aimed to bring fans of music together across the world. It offers a chance for fans of the genre of the Soviet Union to access to a first-hand experience to witness some of the world's greatest hard rock bands perform. We at Rock Chronicle can only hope this opens the door for more events for them in the future. It's not a bad article.
Yeah, I remember when it came out, and you have a brief second that there is a sidebar on there as well, and you don't need to read this one, but as you just begin looking it over, you feel a wave of uncomfortableness kind of wash over you, and kind of quickly avert your eyes from it as someone kind of pushes into the back of your seat, maybe, and you're jostled, and the magazine slides to the floor.
Yeah.
We'll
Thanks,
stop
buddy.
there. One of the other band members says something incoherent. It's actually the Brit who joined you guys after the stop in England. Oxy, one of the legendary grandfathers of metal, is aboard for the tour, and there's a certain something you all owe him for what he's done for hard rock and metal, but there's also the saying, "Never meet your heroes," and it's especially true in this case.
Well, it's so obvious that you know. I mean, he is Oxy Oxbourne, but he's lost a little of the.
I'll be honest, I can't understand a thing he's saying.
Too much drugs, guys.
Don't worry, I can translate for you. It's no problem.
Okay, as the flight continues, it's a short time before Doc comes out of the area where all the executives kind of have hidden themselves away. You got to catch the brief scent of cigar smoke from the room, and he kind of saunters over and says, "Hey boys, how's the flight going? You having a good time?"
Yeah, it's okay.
Kyle, you don't have a drink. Let me get you a drink, Kyle. Jesus Christ. Atlas, you doing okay? You worry too much about the numbers. You're always looking at those books.
Yeah, that's why we're rich.
I keep telling you, dude, keep doing the shows. Keep working on this new song. The money's going to keep coming in. We're taking over the world here.
Oh, come on, Doc. Like, 3 hours into a flight and it's all the fucking same, isn't it? I mean, what you want us to do? Dance for you? I mean, come on. Chill out, mate. All right?
It's much better to work on a song in the studio, boss, and not 10,000 feet in the air.
I've been told that the hotel we're staying at has got a great rehearsal space. You guys will have a chance. We got a free day there. I got some things planned. Lots of time. Don't panic. I mean, you guys are genius. I know what goes on in this head, and he's tapping on Carter's head. It's a little bit uncomfortable.
I'm just saying, can't we just, go back to the previous album? People like that. Hell, we could even do some like deep ones, right? Like old classics.
Oh, I hear you. They're gonna love it. But you know what? Come on over. Some of the guys want to talk to you for a second, Carter. Don't worry, the rest of you. You're all great too. But yeah, Carter, come on in here. I want to introduce you to a few folks. And
if I remember rightly,
believe me, we're grateful.
Yeah. It's not a problem, bruv, isn't it? I mean,
Is there that
guys? I won't forget you.
That feeling lately that Doc is more focused on Carter than ever before, perhaps, but at the same time, that is so often the way with some of these bands. And I mean, the singer gets noticed first, and then the guitarist gets a little credit, and the rest of you kind of scrape together to get what's left of the fame. But Doc McGrief pulls you through the door, and you come into a small kind of compartment. The cigar smoke hangs over everything quite thickly in here. And he points to a few of the others. Yeah, and You kind of recognize Guy Maroney, the A&R guy, artist and repertoire for the record company. There's two gentlemen you don't know though, and he introduces you to both. Yeah, these are some of my friends. They helped me arrange this great opportunity for you guys. I'd like you to introduce you to John Haley and Neil Delano. These guys are both my contacts with the CIA who helped arrange this. The three of us have been making a few trips back and forth to the Kremlin and over the past couple months. Carter, our boy here, is going places, you guys.
Russia, specifically.
John Haley, the one CIA agent, is the older gentleman and kind of looks at you with kind of watery eyes and says, "Well, I hear you're doing good things. I've been part of this, and we've seen the spread of American culture across the world for some years now, and I've been told you're working on a new song."
Yeah, we'll get there. I mean, it's not as good as like Cougar Hunter or
Well,
anything, but it's all right.
I hope you don't mind, but while we've been in flight here, I've been writing down a few ideas, and I just thought, you know what, if you had a chance to maybe
Oh yeah.
incorporate some of these lyrics, that might not be a bad thing, you know. And he passes you a sheet, and you kind of see dash freedom, dash
Mhm.
liberty, and very kind of simplified concepts of the
I
Western
don't
world.
I don't know that I can rhyme a lot with flag, if I'm being honest. Tag, I guess.
The
Freedom.
other the other CIA agent is younger, has a much nicer suit, is much better looking, and kind of stares at you. You see his eyes are kind of a deep gray, and and this is Neil Delano, and he says, "Well, I'm sure whatever you come up with will more than suffice. But where does your inspiration come from, if you don't mind me asking?"
Dr it was, I almost lost a dear friend, and then I lost little Billy, and I'm drawing a lot from that. Like themes of loss and like inevitability and death mostly.
At the mention of little Billy, you can't help notice his eyes kind of flick towards John, and John's eyes flick back towards his, and oh, yes, the loss of Billy. Yeah. Okay, well, and Neil says, "Well, I want you guys to know that a few gentlemen with us are well armed. We've been assured we've ironed this out. There's no security risks involved, but we're going to make sure this goes smoothly. If you ever, we'll be staying at the same hotel, so I want you to feel welcome to approach me at any time." And
Yeah.
he passes you a business card, and you can see it doesn't outright. It's some other job title instead of CIA agent. But as he does so, you can't help but notice he's got a large silver ring on his finger, and you can see there's small kind of markings in it as he passes it to you. And
Oh shit.
oh, the ring. Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, is that like I'm kind of been dabbling lately with all the death and whatnot, like reincarnation and
well,
stuff.
perhaps when we're back statesides, there's some people I can introduce you to. It's if you've ever heard
Sick.
of it's a bit of a, I guess some people would call it a secret society of sorts. It's nothing quite as dramatic as that. We're not like the Freemasons or anything like that, but
Mhm.
it's called the Silver Twilight Lodge, and I've been happy to be a member of it for quite some time. It's a kind of a men's group. We just something to keep busy with.
Yeah,
But
that sounds rocking. And Carter in his mind is like, that sounds incredibly lame. I wish I hadn't asked. A men's club at a lodge. No, thank you.
and
Mhm.
Guy, the record company, says, "Come on, boy, have a cigar." And he passes you a
Yeah,
cigar. He's
man.
like, and he just kind of starts shoveling the compliments at you until you're finally able
Yeah.
to break away and rejoin the other bandmates. You see that the other four are all kind of waiting for you roughly where you're sitting.
Guys, it's the CIA. They said they're gonna, cover for us. So
Holy,
we can really push this, I think.
Holy shit, the
that's
CIA? He goes and
Yeah.
throws his joint away and just like, They didn't tell me the bloody CIA were here. I mean, what did
No, they're
Doc
on
say
our
to you?
side. They're on our
Yeah,
side.
they're never on our side, mate. They're never on our side. What did Doc have to say to you back there? What's going on?
Oh, the lyrics, man. Like lyrics. Freedom. There's a lot of talk about eagles.
They're
Like
using us as a propaganda engine in Russia.
Now, why
That's what the
am
whole
I
thing
not
is.
surprised?
Well, that's what the
I
whole
mean,
thing is about.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? But I mean, the lyric, I mean, I don't know. I think our new lyrics could be adjusted. I mean, I'd like to get back to the stuff we used to sing on the first album. You know, like our great hit Thunderbox. That was a cracker. I mean, that was right out. That was off the chain, man. Yeah, that was great. Keep it simple, you know. Get a bit cheery. No more of this crazy stuff, Carter, about like burying people and drawing pentagrams. I don't want to hear that crap. Anyway.
You can
Get
see
yourself
Kyle.
drinks.
You can see Kyle in his chair is tapping out a rhythm as you're talking. He's totally.
See, the boy's dedicated to his art. I mean, look at him. It's the muse. It's the muse. He's there, isn't it?
You suspect it might be maybe a bit of a stress outlet. Is that possible?
I'm going over this, dude. I really don't think that we can use this word. People are going to freak out when we say necrophilia.
You what?
Oh God, I forgot about that one.
It's a placeholder because I couldn't rhyme anything else with bibliophilia. It's a play on Ophelia and bibliophile. Am I the only one that reads?
No, I guess I can bibliophile that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I think sex with the dead, that ain't gonna that's
It's a hell of a title though.
I know, but if you think that Christian group was on us before, holy crap.
Look,
Well,
man,
we'll just go and fucking sign the burning fucking records again.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, I mean, fuck Atlas. When they fucking want to burn all your records, they have to buy them first.
Oh, I mean, all of the numbers say that move on their part, burning our stuff, that sent us through the roof.
look,
It happened
all
to
I
the
gotta say
Beatles.
is
I mean, it
this.
was cracking.
All I gotta say is this:
Yeah.
if I gotta do one more song in the studio where I have to somehow make like deep choral
Guttural
chants,
noises.
yeah,
Yeah.
with like one guy, because it's just me back there when I'm doing all that. So if I gotta do that again, I don't know if my throat can take it.
I
The
don't
Dog Daddy
I don't have
effect.
I don't have a problem with the fucking song.
No. But why did we change the word fucking in the song to ftagen? I don't get it.
And at that moment, there's another good bit of turbulence, and the Ox stumbles out. You know, his real name is Oscar Osborne or something like that, and then he says, "Go, I use the bathroom," and you can't quite understand. That sounded more like Arnold Schwarzenegger than Ozzy. Sorry, but he's pushing his way through the other artists and maybe shoves Doc Zetter over as he's passing through. The guys in Ragged Gang are all pissed off when their table gets tipped over and cocaine goes all over the floor of the plane.
Oh God, I got something in my eye.
They'll just get down on their hands and knees and walk vacuum.
The rest of the flight passes in more or less that fashion, and as you eventually feel the air pressure change and the cabin lights come on, Doc McGrief quickly makes the rounds, and outside of Ox, all these bands are signed to him, sort of thing, as their manager, and he comes around to you guys and says, "Okay, guys, get your passports ready. We're going to be landing soon. Like I said, I've been making these trips. Everything should be fine. There should be nothing to worry about."
We're not staying in some Stalin-esque hotel, are we? I hope we're staying in a nice place.
The Veliki Aristokratisch, I can't quite say it, hotel is where we'll be staying. Downtown Moscow, right on the side of the Moskva.
Well, I mean, it's vaguely rocking. I mean, like Soviet architecture is, I think it's fitting quite well with your latest lyrics, Carl. I mean, let's go and check it out.
Wonderful.
So much like some Imperial Tsarist Russian architecture.
Well, I'm hoping tomorrow that we'll get you guys in for a quick sound check at the arena. But after that, I got a boat tour going down the Moskva if you boys want to join it. I've also got tickets to the Museum of Soviet History if you're interested. But got a few days of time to do as you please. So we'll talk about that once we're landed. And meantime, the lights have gone off and kind of the trays are being pushed up and all that as the plane makes its kind of descent around and eventually lands. Looking out the window of the plane, you can see that you're kind of in an airstrip outside of Moscow, and you can see there's a few buildings around, and there's several very armed looking soldiers kind of waiting there. As the plane stops, the group of you is kind of ushered off the plane, and it's about maybe 25 American, British, and German rock stars being herded off the plane, along with the film crew, along with various techs. You can see Ezio Juarez, your head technician, is getting off, and he's kind of giving orders to them for how to move the equipment and where to take it. As you get to the bottom of it, two kind of very blank-faced soldiers stare each of you over, and they kind of point over, and you can see there's a building nearby, brick construction, and they pretty much ask you guys to just line up along that, and they'll process you all.
Well, I think this is the warmest Russian welcome I'll ever receive.
You
I
don't know
hope
how
it's
this
the
could
only
end.
Russian welcome.
Could line us up over here and shoot us. We'll see.
And the entire group of everyone who's come over the ocean from the States and who we've picked up in Europe is eventually led out, and you stand single file. And one of the soldiers, seeing maybe one of you look around, said, "Look forward. Don't look around. Look at the wall."
Not bad.
And they step back, and you guys stand kind of shoulder to shoulder, looking kind of side to side, and you see each other, and a minute passes. And you feel the cool air, and you hear in the distance the sound of traffic in Moscow, but you're still standing there.
What the
Fuck this. I want to turn around.
Look forward!
Do you know who we are?
I mean, it's a wall, man. I mean, it's pony. I mean, it's total pony.
Kyle, you feel a soldier clasp your shoulder, and you can see he's got a big, heavy gun in his hand, and he spins you around to look forward. He says, "Look forward," and you can hear his footsteps step back.
We just gotta wait for this round of Stalin Says to be over, guys. Just hold tight.
And another minute passes before suddenly you guys hear the sound of laughter behind you. And you turn around to see all the soldiers are laughing, and you hear some of them are kind of pointing at you guys and say, "Decadent American rock stars," and kind of stuff like that's being thrown around. And Doc McGrief, you kind of like, "Let it go, guys. Come on, let's get to the vehicles here." The soldiers lead you around the corner, and there's limos waiting, and you can see there's one in particular in front of you named, and they kind of go through it, and you can see he's got a sign out that says "Wings of Change," and I'm sorry in advance. Usually I have a bit of a fake Russian accent, and I'm not doing it tonight, so I think I'm not gonna even try at all. And then he just says, and he introduces himself to you as Boris.
How will
Go
we
ahead. Yeah. Get in car, and we'll take you to hotel.
Boris Badanov.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Boris, where's Natasha?
Right, very funny.
It's all right, son. You're all right. You're all right. You're a good lad. Right. Where are you taking us to? The hotel?
Yeah.
Is it all right?
He gives a shrug that is the first of many shrugs you're about to receive over the next 4 days.
That's what I like. A man who's sensible with his words. Right. Let's get going then, boys.
Got any
Spasiba.
vodka back here? I'll just get in the limo.
He looks over and points, and yeah, there's a bottle waiting for you back there.
All right. I don't drink
did.
on planes.
See the drinking fountains everywhere? That's vodka.
Doesn't taste like
Boris closes the doors, vehicle doors behind each of you and steps in the front. So, you're all rock stars then.
Apparently
We hope
so,
so.
man.
You never do real work? You don't work with don't do long hours at factory or anything like that? You just stand in
Nope.
front of people?
I
I mean, we
worked at
work
a
at
pizza restaurant once for 6 months before I got fired,
We-
but, you know, I don't think that counts, mate.
We rake. We rake in the money.
I fix equipment. I do that sometimes.
I don't know how to
Oh,
fucking
you-
justify myself to you, asshole.
Yeah.
Hey, take it easy, Carl. Don't worry,
Yeah,
Boris. I'm a generous lover.
There's that lovable charm, Cap.
And Boris turns back around, doesn't say another word for the entire drive to the hotel. You guys see the sights of Moscow passing you to either side as he drives through the city, and you can see as he pulls up to, there's kind of a parkade right beside the hotel, and you can see there's soldiers posted in front of it. And he briefly talks to Boris in Russian, and Boris answers and points to the five of you and says something in Russian. You can clearly tell is derogatory. And the soldier cracks off a quick laugh and waves him forward, and the car drives up a ramp into the parkade. A short time later, there's a collection of all the vehicles, and they open, and everyone's kind of milling about. You can see the suitcases are being pulled out. I'm going to...
What wall around this parking lot do you think they're gonna make us look at next, huh?
The snow looks lovely this time of year.
Maybe he'll take us to his potato garden where he gardens all day long. That's heavy
look,
labor.
guys.
I don't
You're
think you
look-
garden potatoes, Atlas.
It's turnips.
Oh, they would, Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Also, look at this as an inspiration. Think about this. Look at the wall. Look at the wall. Something. Democracy. I'm gonna be honest, that one's gonna be a tough one.
I mean, you look at one brick, they all just look like bricks in the wall.
Just another one?
I think that one's been
That's-
done, Atlas. I can't be sure, but, you know, it really kind of... I almost remember something in, but I'm not too sure.
I don't know. That was what? Red Lloyd or something?
They say that ideas are floating out there and they sometimes come in, but sometimes they go away and you miss the opportunity.
As everyone's headed in, Doc McGrief finally kind of announces to everyone, by the way, everyone, we got the list. I got the schedule of the performances, and he's kind of holding up, and the members of Ragged Gang have been very excitedly talking about hopefully closing one of the nights, and you can hear they're the kind of the first to see it, and are immediately disappointed to see that they are like middle of the second day.
Looks like we're closing.
Closed second day.
You can tell Gil Wolfgang that he hasn't quite made it because he hasn't even headlined the first day, so fuck him.
Moscow Madness Music Festival, main stage schedule. Saturday, noon, main stage begins. 1 p.m. Drowning in the Moskva. 3 p.m. Sleeping Princess. 6 p.m.
Burnout.
Burnout.
Column.
Burnout
Yeah.
Column, thank you. 9 p.m. Oxymoron. Sunday, noon, main stage begins. 1 p.m. The Stingers. 3 p.m. Ragged Gang. 6 p.m. Good Joy. 9 p.m.
Good Jovi.
Jovi.
Good
Yeah.
Jovi. I see. Good Jovi. 9 p.m. Wings of Change.
Hey, who are those guys?
Hey, if we're not
So
first, it's best to close it out. We can go as late as we want.
That is definitely the most prestigious spot of the whole thing, and you can see the members of Ragged Gang are cursing at Doc McGrief, and they're like, "You fucking promised us, man! You fucking promised us! This is so fucking sick of this shit. We couldn't bring our fireworks or anything for this." And Doc, look, guys, look. I mean, I can only do what they'll let me get away with. I mean, you know what? These stage shows are going to have to be pretty simple, but yeah, head on in. They'll get you set up with your rooms. And you guys okay with this? I guess you probably figured you were going to be the big show. And don't worry, we got some special surprises for you. Don't tell the other guys.
We had a hunch.
I mean, we were the biggest name on the posters we saw.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the world changes. Some of these acts might have had a time when they could have, and maybe they will yet. But right now, it's all about wings of change, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any chance to think about the song over the flight there, Carter?
Yeah, stare at the wall of the mausoleum, right?
Well, actually, I was gonna. I'm just reworking one. I have a coffin full of freedom.
Coffin full of freedom. That's
Yeah,
That's deep, Carter. That's deep, man. I
yeah.
like that. That's
I
fucking
definitely
rocking.
didn't just copy paste out a different word for freedom.
And it's
Don't
not
look
as
at my
dark
notes.
as some of the other stuff. I mean, oh yeah, that's cool. That's got legs. That's got legs. What chord
Uh,
progression you think? And I'll start shredding. I'll try and come up with a solo for it.
Yeah.
we got a couple of days to workshop.
yeah.
We have access to a studio here, thankfully. So,
So that brings up a good question. Most of the equipment, the amps and some of the guitars and keyboards and stuff and drums are being taken directly to the arena to await sound check. But each of you, there is definitely a chance that you can take a favorite instrument or something with you in there. Are any of you bringing something along into the hotel?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Um,
so
I'm bringing my Fender Stratocaster. Who's called Brown Bess.
nice. Okay.
yeah, and Zach will be taking in his bass, Lucky Blue, which is just bright blue bass.
Nice.
and I'll take my sweet keyboard Casio with me.
Nice. Yeah. You probably have a
It's not
bank
my
of
good one.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You probably have about four others that are
I
being
have
taken to the
probably my Yamaha is the really good one, but
yeah.
yeah, I've got a Casio.
How about Kyle?
That's the fucking thing about drums. Not really
You got some toms, ain't you,
affordable.
mate? You must have a set of toms you can bring in. Give us some
Yeah,
beats.
Maybe
Do they
hand
have
them
the little
Lovely.
drum, the fake drums
little
yet?
drum machine thing. Or
yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, I'm happy to help, Cap. I've got everything I need right here. So,
look, I mean,
Oh
we've
yeah.
got. I mean, they take the main stage kit that I have. I mean, there's the practice beat up kit. I can bring that in.
Nice. Okay, so you as you're talking, the last sight you have of the parkade is Boris and the other drivers kind of scowling at your group as you head in. The hotel is old, it's lavish, but it's definitely seen better days. Um, it's a five-story hotel. You guys are all on floor four, rooms 7 to 12, and you're briefly going to have a tour. And yeah, you can see the main floor has the check-in area, and then there's a ballroom and a small restaurant and bar on the other side of it. You guys are led up, and it's now fairly late, and you can see just looking at the other performers and everyone else around in the video crew, everyone just looks totally wiped from the day's travel, and you're pretty much dropped in front of your rooms.
Oh, I'm
Go
gonna
and check
clean
it
up.
out then.
Yeah, see what kind of a shithole this place is.
Yeah, Zach will probably do the same. Just clean up,
I
check his
mean, do
room.
Russians even have plumbing?
Yeah, as you go into the room, yeah, you can see they're nice enough. There's plumbing, there's it seems the beds are all made and everything is waiting for you.
Mm.
You do each
yeah,
have your own room,
Oh, that's
and
nice.
you can see that your suitcases have been put in front of them.
yeah,
All right.
that's great. Yeah, I'll just I'm just gonna go into my room for a second. Cap, remember, stay sober, man. It's worth it. It's worth it. And then Carter's going to go into his room, open a case, and just do a line of coke just immediately. Gotta stay up to write the song, man.
What
Hey,
what what time of year is it?
it is August now.
Okay. Is it hot
It's
outside?
warm. Yeah, it's definitely warm.
And is it day or night right now?
It's night. Yeah, it's fairly late now.
Is there a balcony?
Yeah, you do have a balcony in your room.
Yeah. I'll probably go out on the balcony and just take a look at the city.
Yeah. And standing out there and breathing the air, you kind of have to look around for a minute to take it all in. You can see the Moskva out in the distance, a river passing by, and everything, for a moment, it feels like maybe this is the place that it's all led to. And it's something, a new experience that you've never quite seen anything. And no matter what happens over the next 3 days, this could change everything. Gonna check you all. Who has the most luck in the group?
Oh,
I
50.
have 55.
65.
I didn't even fucking roll for luck because fuck
yep.
luck.
Fuck luck.
25.
25.
I have hold on. I have 65. I just
All
rolled
right, so it's a tie between Kurt and Kyle.
Kurt and
with
Kyle.
with the highest luck.
Yeah, with the highest.
Okay, and lowest is obviously Carter. That's something. So give me just a moment here. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Oh,
Okay. So sorry. The two Kurt and Kyle, um I'm gonna have, well, let's go with Kurt for the moment, and we'll get to Kyle after. Kurt, you come into your room. Maybe you're deciding whether you're gonna call it a night or not yet. There's a few diehards are kind of talking about making a quick trip down to the hotel bar. But as you kind of pull your suitcase in and look around, you can see there's a book sitting on your bed.
Oh, them blooming Gideons get everywhere, don't they? I mean, I'll put. Oh, wait, Bess, you stay there, sweetheart. I'll go and have a look at this then before I hit the bar. Go.
It seems to be a paperback. Yeah, it's definitely not a Bible, which you might have, which you were expecting. And you see, rather, it's a very worn paperback. You see the title across it is Dr. Zhivago.
Dr. Zhivago, it's like Chamberlain, isn't it? Jesus. I mean, I think I've seen a film. Let's have a look through it. Is anything in it, or a bookmark, or?
As a matter of fact, you flip it open to a random page and are confronted with a dozens of different overlapping messages and scrawled. And I'm going to have you roll a sand check.
I fail by 11. I might be losing my luck. I'm only joking. Can't do it on sand.
So you're only going to take 1 point of sand loss, but it's enough to make you drop the book and take 3 steps back and exclaim, whatever you saw in that seemed very specifically to pertain to you and your bandmates. Among other scrawlings are things you've heard Carter kind of practicing singing from the lyrics of the new song. There's other parts that have kind of been maybe how you've been feeling a little bit inside. And again, a wave of almost queasiness kind of passes through you when you kind of get control of yourself and reach over and look at the book again. You can see just very small type print of the story of Dr. Zhivago inside it now.
So the scrawl's gone.
The scroll is gone. Yeah, must have just been the effect of a long day of transit.
Oh, fucking hell, man. I need to get to the bar. I need something to steady my nerves. Right. Well, I need to go. I'm off then. I'll put the book on the side table and head on down.
Okay. So who's going to bed and who's going down to the bar?
I don't think I'll be going down to the bar, but I am just going to kind of do a quick once over of my room. Good old Red Scare paranoia thinks that if we're being endorsed by the government, the Russians might have put something in these rooms.
There could be bugs. There could be, yeah. So you're kind of moving pillows around and checking lamp chandelier and all that stuff. And everyone else?
I'm going down to the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stay in my room, doing a little bit of something to keep me awake and desperately trying to come up with lyrics.
Yeah, I think I'm sticking with with Carter here. I can't sleep, but to not go to the bar either.
Okay. Are you gonna hang out in his room or stay in your own room, Kyle?
Nah, I think I'm trying to help him.
Okay,
Oh shit.
talking.
Oh shit, Cap. Uh yeah, come on in, man. Come on in. Yeah, I'm just working on how do you feel about democracy fueled fire? Does that do anything for you?
I mean, I think that was Vietnam, man.
Shit. Scratches, scratches, scratches. I don't know.
And Kyle, you look over and you can see a little bit of what's on the sheet that he's done so far. And yeah, it's not much at all.
Yeah.
You like it?
Look. You're overthinking this, man. Just, if you're
What?
thinking too much about your art, it's not gonna be right. You just kind of gotta let it flow
We
out of you.
can't, but we can't just do it. But like, think about throwing up talent, right? Like that was so easy to write because
Mhm.
we were just throwing up talent.
Look, I think you let the other guys get in your head on the plane. All right,
Yeah.
your new stuff is fun. Your new stuff is it's art, man. Like,
Right. Yeah. That's why I always tell McGrief, if there's anybody that's coming with me when I go solo, it's you, the drummer. I've thought this through.
We'll cut down to the bar where the other three are drinking, or sorry, two. Zachary went to bed, right? You called
Yep,
it a
I'm
night.
I'm in my room. I'm searching
Oh
for
yeah, you're
Russian
doing that. You're
bugs.
tearing everything
Yep.
apart. Yeah, like pillows ripped in half by now. There's fluff everywhere. You're going through the quilts and all
If
that.
nine,
And
if I known anything, it's that the Russian government's more nosy than ours.
down in the bar, Atlas and Kurt, the two of you are sitting at a table. There's a couple members of Ragged Gang sitting with you guys, and you can see some of the others around. The lead singer of Ragged Gang kind of leans over and says, "Well, hope you guys are enjoying it now. There is a time when Doc McGrief was giving us all the attention, but clearly we don't fucking matter anymore. What is this fucking shit?"
Well, it's
Right.
the nature of the business, isn't it?
Oh fuck.
Everybody
He told
comes,
us this
goes.
this was going to start things up again. This was going to be our next big break.
Well,
Well,
maybe
it
that's
might,
what
it
he's
might do.
hoping.
Yeah, I mean,
Might,
look, fame
yeah.
is a fickle mistress, isn't it? I mean, as Atlas just said, it ebbs and flows like the tides of the sea, man. I mean, yeah, we're on top at the moment, but we could be like down on our asses like next week. I
Well,
mean, so don't panic. We're all in this together. We're all going to help each other out. Got to get through this. I mean, we're in a strange place now, aren't we?
yeah.
Yes.
What are you doing? What are you doing with your money?
And they kind of look down at the drinks in front of them and uh
Yeah, see, you got to manage your money better because we know that there'll come the day when we ain't got no more, singing gigs, and we got to have
hey,
a way to live.
hey, Vic bought that Maserati. That was a good investment.
Oh,
I mean,
that
he crashed
investment's
it.
getting less and less and less. Yeah, well, there you go.
Well, I'd advise you to stay away from real estate, mate, because I got scalped, didn't I? I bought like 400 miles of swampland property in Florida. I mean, I had no idea. I mean, a bloke said it was going to be ideal for a fishing.
Right in the middle too. Right, like isn't that near Orlandra or something
It's,
like that?
it's near bloody Disneyland. I mean, fucking hell. I mean, he saw me coming, innit? I mean, I blow, what's a man to do? I don't know where. I've never been to fucking Florida.
You guys, the drummer of Ragged Gang speaks up. Speaking of strange places, like you guys know that Doc McGrief used to be a drug dealer, right?
Who
Hey,
was?
it's the music business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Well, that's where all the CIA is part of some
Well,
fucking big bust in Panama, and that's where all this shit started.
let's just say that people like him, they're opportunists. I mean, next month he could be a used car salesman if this didn't work out for him. So, whatever.
You boys
I
having
can.
a good night? And you see one of the CIA guys, John Haley, lurches over and cuts off Atlas as he's speaking, and kind of a little bit of his scotch kind of drips, or it's not scotch, it's vodka, it's all vodka, drips out of the glass and lands on you.
Jesus, dude.
And
So
you can see he's a little wobbly.
why don't you sit down? Tell us how many people you've killed.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Luckily, not many. Oh God, I can't believe I'm doing this again. Oh
Again?
God.
What do you mean by that, mate? Well, you've been here before.
Well, let me tell. I was parachuting into the Congo in the '60s with Louis Armstrong. If you can believe that. Yeah, we've worked with artists before, and he starts telling you all these different stories of his various kind of little adventures, and you very much get the sense that he's kind of been part of this arm of the CIA, very dedicated to the spread of Western literature and art into the Soviet Union and communist territories. Um, I'm gonna have you guys, both of you, the two of you, roll a spot hidden.
Oh,
Nope.
pass, barely.
Barely a pass. Atlas, as you're listening to some of these stories go on, you can't help but catch the eye of the other CIA agent, Neil. Sits on the far side of the bar by himself, and as he seems to have been watching your table intently, and as you notice your eyes kind of meet, a smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes crosses his face, and he kind of raises his drink in the gesture of a cheers, kind of. And you just see the dim lighting in the thing kind of reflect off that shiny silver ring on his hand for a moment, and he kind of does, yep, bottoms up.
Wow. So, Alan, how many years you got in the CIA then, mate?
35. It's been quite a ride.
35, mate. Jeez, you're close to mandatory retirement. You should get a medal.
Yeah, this might just be the last one, and I'm cheering for you boys. I don't know if your singer there mentioned, but I gave him some ideas for the song. Some good stuff. Me and some of the boys back at the Pentagon kind of thought it through and came up with few possible ideas. Something to. I think this crowd's really ready for something that speaks to the changes going on in the world.
Yeah, a lot of dash freedom I saw there. The whole thing is, yeah, whatever.
And he eventually kind of loses interest and gets up and staggers over back to the bar to get another drink. And the evening passes. You make your way up to your rooms eventually. At some time, Kyle has called it a night and left Carter to his devices. Kyle, as you get back to your room and kind of climb into the bed, you are able to quickly fall asleep, but it almost seems like moments pass before you realize that you're back on the plane again.
Oh, fuck.
Looking around you, you can see that apparently you're the only one there, and you feel the entire plane shake for a second, and it brings your attention to the fact that there seems to be no floor in the plane, and you're hanging suspended miles above the earth.
It's just the flashback. It's just don't.
You're
Yes,
telling
it's
yourself that,
flashback. Don't worry about it. Just
and as you try to get through whatever is going on inside your subconscious, you can see the land begin to shift and twist far below you. You can see the colors of flags twisting and running together. You can hear the sound of the song that you've been just working on in Carter's room with him. not just in stereo, but as though coming from a million different directions at you at different times. Golden notes on a music staff cut into the air in front of your face. Chord progressions, notes, and melodies coming together. And the next thing you know, you hear the sound of like the alarm buzzer in your room, and you wake up with a start.
Ugh. Oh, jeez.
Light is coming in through the big window in the center of the room.
Ugh. All right. Just hold it fucking together, man.
That's what it's all about. It's holding it together. And with that, you
One
eventually
fucking day at a fucking time.
make your way down to the hotel restaurant, and you can see all the rest of the band is already there, and breakfast is had. Even Ragged Gang seem in a better mood today, and there's people kind of bringing various foods around, and everyone's seated around. I just realized I didn't even research what they ate for breakfast in the Soviet Union in 1989, but can't do it all. So you guys are seated and kind of chatting, and Doc McGrief comes over and says, "Well, boys, today's your free day. Tomorrow is Saturday. Concert starts, and I think the boys wanted you to go down for a sound check either today, or you could probably get one in tomorrow morning if you'd rather as well. But you feel free to make yourself home around the hotel later today if you're interested. I got that boat trip scheduled, and Boris or one of the others can always take you to the museum too. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking. I'll be around here with some of the others
I
by
mean, a trip to the museum may not be bad. Maybe we could get some lyrical inspiration from there. At least for you, Carter.
Yeah, no, I like that idea. I don't see a reason why we would need to start practicing today. I mean, we're practically ready, but tomorrow morning might be easier for everybody, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let's go and check out the museum. I'm going to go and find out whether they do any fried slices and baked beans around here. I mean, what's a man got to live on? This looks like porridge.
well,
I think that's exactly what it is, Kurt.
it is
Yeah,
likely it is likely either the museum or the boat trip. So you guys decide. I mean, the museum's got some exhibits and stuff, and the boat's loaded with booze and babes and drugs and stuff. So let me know what you think. But yeah, I'll be up until this afternoon to decide.
Sorry, did you
Right.
say the boat was full of booze and women and I
Carter,
mean, the museum doesn't, I mean, how it's history.
it, Carter, you got that look in your eye again.
Yeah, it's just remember when we did albums that were like easy? I
Of course
bet.
I do, man. It's
like
my
our first
favourite
one?
part of our history, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
remember when we used to sit around in the hotels in LA? We used to hang out and just chill out and just play any old shit, and it just turned to gold.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're
maybe we
working
just need
too
to do
hard,
some more.
son.
Yeah,
You're
we need to do
working
some
too
more
hard.
old shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
but
what?
if
Let's do that tonight. Let's do that tonight, like the good old days. Bit of return to form.
I mean, I barely slept last night, so it's practically still night.
yeah, fair play, mate. I mean, what's a man got to do? I mean, we had a rough flight. I won't lie to you. I had a bit of a dizzy spell. I weren't too happy, but sitting over a couple of drinks with Atlas and some of the guys from Ragged Gang. I mean, that put a wax back on my back. You know what I mean? So
Anybody got a fucking pen?
Yeah, here you
Yeah.
go.
Jeez. I'm gonna take that
you
pen and on like a napkin, I'm gonna draw out like those fucking notes I saw in that
Yeah.
Yeah.
dream and pass them over to Carter.
Hey,
What the hell is
look
that?
at you. Not
It's a bit
bad. Yeah,
it's a
Pat's
bit
a badass.
unconventional, but you know what? It might work for a verse. I
Not
think you
bad
might
at
be able to sing
all.
something over that.
Damn, Cab, you're branching out.
Let me take a look at that. What the? It's interesting.
Yeah, two key signature changes in the space of about 3 bars of music is definitely different, but you're pretty
I
sure
mean,
you could play it.
yeah. I mean, I'd like to hear what it sounds like when you put that together. That might be interesting. That might be a hook that that'll get somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah, see, it's a polyrhythmic kind of deal.
yeah. I mean, what
We could,
it's like 7/5. I don't know. Yeah, that might actually sound in my head. It sounds kind of interesting.
yeah. We could give it a try at sound check. What key you're in? Is what A minor? Is it Moxolydian or Aeolian?
No, you're gonna need several, at least 2 or 3 guitars on stage. You're gonna have to switch, Kurt.
I've got 9. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. You just chill
Yeah,
your
but
boots, son.
we're gonna have to retune some of the to get this effect here that you want.
Well, I've got 3 of them tuned. One's tuned to dad tuning, the other one's tuned to a folk tuning, and obviously Bessie, she's in standard tuning. But we're all right. We're good. We're good. We're good.
And I
Chill.
could always work some. I could always work some soundstage magic. We could record some of the stuff early on, have it play during the show. Could make it a little easier on us.
Oh, we'll see. Yeah,
So
I'm not sure that we
I'm
should perform anything that we're just making up right now, but we'll see.
getting that you guys want to do sound check tomorrow then before the big show starts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
and Doc,
Yeah.
you gave us a couple of choices. We have any other choices? I mean, you say a museum. I don't want to see Soviet History Museum, but I wouldn't
Hey.
mind seeing like the Hermitage or some of the
Red
art.
Square.
I can, you know what? Let me put in a word for it. We'll see if the boys will take you around. You could see a few sites, and
I
Is
want to
the
get some
boat off the
inspiration for
table at
future
this
stuff.
point?
You can get on the boat if you want, but we can always get girls and drugs and alcohol. I mean, how often are we in a place like this where there's architecture that's 500 years old and giant
But
giant churches
Since-
with golden domes?
When
and-
did you take an interest in fucking buildings, Atlas?
Not really, but where do you get inspiration from? You got to see stuff. When are we ever going to come here again?
That's
Hopefully
just got
never.
a point. I mean,
I
it's
mean,
not
our
every
next
day you
biggest-
get to come here.
Our next biggest hit could be Babushka. Who knows?
how's
'Cause
that
it's
fit
some-
with the song? You didn't get
Little
lyrics on that,
babushka.
did you, Cap? Yeah.
You never know. They might record our set, and we could release like a live album called Frost and St Basil's. Death on Red Square. That kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Atlas.
Have you seen the yellow? I don't know.
Stop
What
sign,
the
Snow?
yellow
the
snow.
Don't even.
I'm not
The hammer,
recording another
sickle, and
Christmas
star?
album.
Yeah, that's.
Oh God, the Christmas album.
Have you found? No, I don't know.
Not coming to it yet. Atlas, you remember seeing a baby grand piano in the ballroom of the hotel. And yeah, you guys
Yeah.
have as breakfast ends. You're free to go. You can ask. You can see if Boris will take you out sightseeing now if you want. You could stick around. You could you could. Yeah, I mean, Doc McGrief has given you guys a few rubles, and I wrote down somewhere the kind of smaller currency, but I don't have it at hand. So Kovalekas, I think it is, or something like that. I'm probably totally saying it. I think rubles is easier to say, so we'll stick with that. But yeah, he gives you some local currency and mentioned something about a liquor store a few blocks away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we have to stick. Maybe the CIA is probably not going to let us wander around. Probably the
Yeah,
Russians won't let us just wander around either.
Yeah, pretty much neither seem to be too keen on but
Well, if we got nowhere to go, we got a piano, we got some notes. A couple of us brought our instruments. We could see what we can hash up in the ballroom.
I wouldn't mind trying that chord progression out. That's really, I mean, like I said, that might be the hook that gets us somewhere.
Mm. Yeah, I'm down to go with you, Atlas, if you want to give it a shot.
Let's just go down there right now.
Yeah. Who's coming with?
I'll nip up in my room and get me axe. I'll be right down.
Oh yeah, right.
All
I
right.
gotta get lucky.
You might have to bring the acoustic because I don't know that they're going to have
I
a
think
bunch of
that's
stuff, your amps and stuff.
I think that's been taken to the
Yeah,
gig venue.
All right.
I'll see what I can do. I'll ask one of the Oi, garçon. Are you where's the tour manager around here? Oh, fucking hell. Right. I'll go and find someone.
Okay, sounds good. How about Carter and Kyle?
What do you say?
I mean, I'm not very good at improv, like lyrically. Like I like to see stuff, but I mean, maybe I'll just use old lyrics on this and we can replace them later. Yeah. Yeah, it's like practice.
Yeah.
Okay. Most of you make your way over to the ballroom. Kurt, you're upstairs and you're just dipping in and out of your room. And as you close the door behind you, holding the guitar, your eyes kind of wander down the hall, and you see just a glimpse of. At first, you think it's someone else of the group, but then you realize that it's a taller-looking man who looks to be wearing a suit, who just looks at you, and you have the brief glimpse of a completely white pallid mask covering his face before he disappears into one of the rooms.
I don't remember any carnival ball. I don't. Do any of the other bands wear stuff like that, like Kiss, like masks and shit?
Maybe it's some new thing. Oh, well, I'm
Yeah.
not up there.
Sleeping Princess can get a bit dramatic about some of that stuff.
I'm not surprised with a name like Sleeping Princess. Right. Okay, let's just all right, yeah, whatever. There's some weird. It's all it's all rock and roll, baby. Let's go down to the ballroom.
Yeah, you can see the others. Atlas is sitting in front of the grand piano. The piano's in better condition than the hotel. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
How's it play, Atlas? Got a feel for the old girl?
Well, it's almost all in tune. The key over here that's a little off. I don't think we're going to play that. Let me see that piece of music that you wrote.
Are you going to start with that?
I'm interested in that progression. So let's see what it sounds like. It's complex, but I'll play it out.
You play the first chord and everyone kind of just stops and listens to it. It's a bit discordant almost, but as it leads into the following chord and the following chord, you can see how it begins to
They build.
a melody. It builds. A melody begins to appear.
Jesus, Kyle, you wrote this?
Yeah.
It seems to synchronize very easily with what Carter had already created for the intro to the song. And as the other members of the band join in, I'm going to have you all make a roll for your instrument.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
hard.
That's a hard success.
That is an extreme. I got a 10.
I got a 75 for 75, so
right on the dot.
Normal for me as well. This is difficult to keep up with. Party at your mom's house and I'm invited. No, that doesn't. Damn it.
And despite some of the chaos coming from Crisis, he's right on the beat with it. And Kyle and Kurt are just ripping through things. Doc Zed is holding it down with that groove in the bottom, and over it all, the fingers of Atlas Blue just dance, forming this melody. You're almost caught up in it as you're going through it, as you find the place where you have some room to improvise.
It's almost. I mean, it's really okay. It's really weird, but on some level, it kind of sings to you, and you can kind of anticipate what should come next. Like, let me try to improvise this and see what
Yeah.
happens.
And as you do so, I think that's a great time to have you do a power roll.
Oh, 71 out of 65. I failed.
Okay. And as you're improvising, you feel the music kind of take hold and take over. And if a minute passes or an hour passes, you could tell the difference. You are totally lost in it. The rest of you here can hear Atlas is almost overdoing himself. Is that you'd swear for a moment he had three hands playing all at the same time because there is so much going on.
There's in the back of my head, I'm probably thinking, Jesus, we should be recording this.
Yeah, right.
I'm
And
never going to be able to do this again.
you kind of have an intro, a fill, and a verse, and then you go back to the intro, and the song's not complete, but you guys are almost moving into a solo territory now that it's almost forming right before you. And I think I'm going to have the rest of the band make a power roll at this time as well.
A regular success.
That is also a regular success.
97,
97.
which is not a critical failure because I barely have over 50 power.
Yeah, 70 is a failure on
That's
my
a failure.
end.
We
Kyle,
don't need the damn drums.
Yeah, like Atlas, you are pulled into it, and if the five of you, you've rehearsed you've played together for years and years, but you can all tell that you are playing at your best. This is kind of almost the height of it, and it brings back a little bit of that feeling of inspiration and creativity back to it. Harder as you're doing this, the words you're kind of singing and ad-libbing your pieces, and you kind of come back to this refrain of Indim Carcosa just sticks in your head and seems to start coming out at the end of the verses you're writing. It fits. It really does fit.
Don't even know what that word means, but it's perfect rhyme.
The
Like
place in Spain. Yeah.
Must be.
Sounds like
And as you go through it, I'm going to have you all make a sanity check just at the end of it.
pass.
Fail.
That is a hard success. 18 out of 50.
Kurt, on a fail, you'll take one. I think everyone else passed.
18 is a pass.
Nice. You'll take one, and it's kind of the effect of just your mind being a bit blown by it. This is the height of music, and it's almost seems unreal for a moment. Again, this whole place is fairly dimly lit, but a second there, maybe it seemed a little bit like Crisis's shadow didn't quite fit his body, maybe, or something like that. But it's probably just an illusion from this kind of dark ballroom. You guys wrap it up. You hear a kind of scattered applause from some of the other musicians kind of hanging around still in the hotel.
Fuck. We got to get this written down because others are listening.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was really good.
It was really good, but it's almost a little bit disturbing to each of you in some way too. Is that there's a part of it that your minds are blown, but yet it leaves you almost with a little bit of a queasy feeling too.
I mean, that was tight, gentlemen. That was eerily tight. I mean, them chops out of this. For fuck's sake, son, that was amazing.
And
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
almost.
where the hell have you been hiding that for years?
Excuse me.
Oh, don't start the argument we had. We had this in Malibu last year.
And
That's true.
Carter, you filled in a little bit more of the sheet you're working on. And
Yeah.
yeah, you got intro and verse all figured out now.
Yes. Yes.
It was, I mean, the thing is that it was Kyle. I
Yeah.
just started playing what Kyle wrote, and it just, I swear to God, it was almost like it was writing itself.
Yeah, you know
I
what? I'm
mean,
gonna have you roll a power check, Atlas.
29 out of power is, I'm sure it's past, but how much? It's a hard pass again.
Hard pass. You know what? Now that you've heard it, you don't, not to discredit Kyle, but it's almost familiar to you. You'd almost swear that you've heard it at some point before too.
Yeah, but I got a name for you. Maybe call it possession, because it seemed kind of like possession. I mean, it had stuff in there that sounded almost like Rachmaninoff. Maybe this is Rachmaninoff's piano and his ghost is fucking with us.
But
Oh, speaking of things fucking with us, I checked my room. I didn't find anything like in the pillows or the sheets, so we're cool. We're cool like that. Or at least they didn't.
Jesus Christ, Zachary.
Hey man, look, all I'm saying is I watched those little PSAs as a
Nobody
kid, all
gives a
right?
flying fuck what it is that you're thinking about in your hotel room, all right? I'm pretty sure the Russians don't want to.
Did you check behind the mirror for cameras?
Shit. Yeah,
no,
Zach
no.
immediately runs out.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
gentlemen,
guys.
chill your boots, chill your boots. The only strange thing I've seen since I've got here, well, apart from my dizzy spell, was some twat on the first floor with a mask on. But I just assumed it was Sleeping Princess or whatever they're bloody called. But yeah, I mean, that music had more of a pull than anything I've felt in a while. But I don't worry about listening devices, Doc Z, because they're always listening, aren't they, son? Don't have to worry about that. You can open a window and they probably got transmitters disguised as nasal hairs. I mean, I wouldn't worry about that. So don't go around getting too worked up, mate.
I
Chill yourself.
I understand where you're coming from, Kurt. That does not make me feel any better.
Doc, this is the kind of music that changes the world.
That's what I've been
Like,
telling you. You boys have got it.
oh,
This is,
jeez.
and yeah,
Where did he spring up from?
you
Jesus
see,
Christ.
Doc McGrief has been sitting at the back of the room talking to the CIA agent John Haley, and John Haley's like, I didn't hear him say anything about like freedom or democracy in there. And Doc said, "Don't worry, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. They've got this. Carter, you've done it again. I like that Carcosa stuff. That's good. That'll get them thinking." It's
All right, let me have the music. Let me have this. I've got to put this on actual manuscript paper so that we've got it written out correct. This is a mess, the way
Yeah.
that you've been writing this. Why don't you use manuscript paper?
So at fucking breakfast, I should have just used the manuscript paper that was there. Right. Fuck. Atlas, why was
Hey.
and Kyle's gonna storm out.
we gotta.
Don't
In
piss
all
off the
truth,
tail
though,
at
Atlas, you
Atlas.
might want to frame that. You know, you might want to frame that because that's rock history, man. That is fucking rock history. They'll be putting that in a Hard Rock Cafe. I tell you, I swear.
Eat that
And-
fucking place.
And you know what the best
I
part
don't
is?
fucking eat there. I eat the In-N-Out burger.
Anybody that tries to emulate that is going to look like an idiot because nobody can do what you just did, Atlas. We are going to blow this show out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, I'm even thinking of standing back from my epic solo. I think Atlas should have the solo on this one. From what I've seen,
Honestly, yeah.
he's lit up, baby. He's there.
So
Hey,
this is what genius looks like. You guys are amazing, and you can see the voice belongs to Katie, the reporter, and she's kind of gesture the TV crew. And do you boys have some time to talk about? I'd love to hear about your creative process. The music channel back home is asked us to record as much as we can of this, also, so all your fans are going to be able to see it.
I'll pass.
Were you recording when we were playing?
No, we could hear it down in the in the restaurant, but
All
I'm
right.
afraid you were done by the time we got here. But yeah, what inspired that? And she begins to ask questions, and it very quickly devolves into your very standard kind of interview type
Yeah.
thing. Outside in the hall, Kyle has stormed away. Kyle, where are you headed?
Kyle is not really fucking thinking right now. It's just he's just
Instinct.
ugh. So he's not really paying attention to where he's going. He's just
Okay.
going.
Yeah, you're wandering around for a while, and you hear a voice kind of speak to you after a minute and says, Kyle, right? Kyle, are you lost, buddy? And looking around,
Fucking buddy, who the fuck's calling me buddy?
you can see you're on one of the floors of the hotel. You can't tell which one, but to your surprise, it looks like all the doors around you are opened into rooms, and just kind of having a glance through them, the rooms are pretty much empty inside. And you can see it's Neil, the other CIA agent, and said, "Well, you seem to be in a bit of a rough state there. Are you okay?"
Really? What the? You're so fucking
Hey,
observant. The CI fucking A. I'm glad that we
I know.
pay to
Hey,
notice the most goddamn fucking
you
Jesus
know,
Christ.
we're just human too, right? And he gives you that same smile.
Fuck oh, you should talk to fucking Doc Zed about you being fucking human. Probably thinks you're a fucking lizard or some shit.
He probably does, but and that's okay. People tend to think what they want to think. I heard you had a little spout of creativity, getting some progress on the song.
Look, you fucking just MK Ultra some other fucking person, all right? Just
I like that. I
eh.
like that a lot. Well, just keep your eyes open and follow your instincts. Sometimes if the world is telling you something, it pays to listen to it.
What, you some kind of fucking music guru now? Is that what you do in
Well,
Langley these days?
it's it's certainly come to our attention that music certainly can be a very powerful thing.
Wow. It took you that fucking long to figure that one out.
I suppose it was a
Jesus.
bit
And it,
obvious. Well, perhaps I'll leave you to your wanderings then, and I'm sure we'll catch up later before this is all done.
oh, you're sure, eh? No.
Everything
Whatever.
everything ends eventually. And he gives you another smile and nods before passing down the hall. You're kind of continue your wanderings. You can see there's another stair leading up to the roof of the building. Did you want to go up to the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck. We
yeah.
gotta get
And
the fuck out of this fucking place.
you kind of come out of a room, a heavy steel door there, and you can put a brick to keep it from closing behind you. And the outside air is certainly comes as a relief as you step outside that you realize that you were on the fifth floor of the hotel, and now standing on the roof, you have air to breathe and a second to clear your head.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I was gonna go wander over to the edge of the building
Yeah.
and kind of just
And
peer over the edge.
looking over the edge of the building, you can see the streets. You can see about a block away. You can see the little sign where where Doc McGrief had pointed out the liquor store. You can see there are people kind of moving around. Everyone, there's a little bit of a fenced off area around the hotel, and you can see kind of there's occasionally places where there's kind of some fans that'll come up and stop and kind of peer over for a while before moving on. And no one seems to really notice you up there though. I'm gonna have you roll a spot hidden.
At 90, no.
90. Okay. Um, You're kind of taking some deep breaths and thinking about everything that you've been through, and again, the name Billy that Carter was talking about back on the plane comes to mind for a second, and for a second, the name Camilla comes to mind. But again, anytime that name comes to mind, that wave of queasiness goes through you, and you think, no, Billy, 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 yes. And just lock that down a little bit again.
How does anybody fucking stand sobriety? Jesus Christ.
A hard road, and you can already feel some of the pressure of this trip weighing on you. Maybe worse than it's been for quite a while. Has it always been this weird?
Fuck, man, of course not. I mean, when you're out of it all, oh, everything's too close, man.
And you stare up into the streets and you can see there's someone kind of waving his arms in one of the band's t-shirts. Someone else is taking a picture of them. There's others passing by. You can see there's a soldier smoking a cigarette watching down on the street. And then further past them you can see a woman watching from a little further down the block, and your eyes kind of lock on her for a second. It really obviously can't be her, but yet it is her. I'm going to have you roll a sanity check.
73 is a failure.
Again, you have that recoil, and you try to scan the crowd and look around to see different people moving around. You could see her walking for a moment there, and she's gone, but there's no way it could have been her. She's dead.
Yeah, no, I know. I just fuck. Oh, fucking psychotic.
Again, you think to yourself, Billy, it's got to be Billy. Billy, go with Billy. You don't know Billy. You don't care. Billy never partied with you. Billy was never a close friend. Billy never went to what, 13 or 14 of your shows. It's just Billy. That makes it
Just
controllable.
It's just Billy. He's just the fucking kid in the body bag. God, Jesus Christ. Everybody fucking blaming us. Look at me, I'm on the fucking roof talking to myself. Oh, oh, maybe I have finally fucking snapped. Finally, oh, Jesus. God, I mean, at least that fucking guy on the plane, Mozzie Oddborn or whatever the fuck. I mean, he seems to just, he doesn't care. You get off you get on the wagon and you start having to care about shit.
Assuming you make it back in at some point,
Yeah, I'll go back and
early afternoon comes and finds the five of you reunited in the hotel lobby. What's the plan?
I mean, we gotta just keep going with this, right? Like
I
that
think I
was that was something.
I think I've got it all written down, but it's pages and pages and pages of
No, that's good.
complex.
But think about like it doesn't have to be one song. This could be the album.
I
There's something fucking weird about this though.
yeah,
We it's almost like we tapped into something.
yeah, it's called
Uh
the fucking artistic process.
well, no, it's more than that. Have you ever listened to J.C. Bach? Um, classical music.
oh yeah,
Something
yeah.
from. there's almost a mathematical precision to it. And in this case, there's definitely a mathematical formula here in this whole thing. Oh, it's nothing like I ever saw before, though. And that's why it's that's why it sort of seems, it just intrinsically makes sense on some sort of logical.
So
Why
Cap
you
found
can
the
almost-
formula for good music.
Yeah, I like that.
Like,
I don't see how this is a bad thing at all. This is amazing because guys, full truth. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have been stuck on this third fucking album and I am getting nowhere.
This might be it. I mean, there've been, musicians in the past like Franz Liszt and Chopin that people thought they were in league with the devil because of the music they wrote. There was no way that a human being could come up with this. And this feels like you wanted to change the world. This might start a whole new era of music.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I agree. It sounded great, but I mean, like you said, like looking back on it, I don't know. I got a bad feeling. Bad. I trust my gut on this, and I don't like it.
Come on, Kurt, you were feeling it, right?
I was feeling it, man. I mean, we've never been tighter. I mean, we were on it. And I understand what you're saying, Zach. I really do. It was something icky about it. I mean, but it is what it is. But Carter and Atlas and Kyle, obviously Kyle is the main impetus for this particular musical number. Now, what I would say is you might want to consider a concept album. If you're thinking of stretching this piece out, I mean, whatever it is, whether it's weird, not weird, it's a semitone below like the hertz of a human mind, then yeah, just if you got that amount of stuff, I mean, Atlas, you must have been working your arse off, like writing all that stuff down. If you can stretch it out, then why didn't you chop it into bits? But it was good, but it was a bit creepy the way we came out with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know who can say where inspiration comes from?
Apparently, Kyle, he's the one who got it.
The right combination of anger, angst, a little bit of devil worship stuff and whatever. It's like, I mean, we don't believe in any of that shit, but at the same time, it sells. It sells
Speak
albums.
for yourself, Atlas.
It worked for Sabbath. I mean, and Wasp. I mean, it worked for them. I mean, so why can't it work for us? And no offense here, Carl, and you know I love you like a brother, son, but you're in a K-hole right now, and like I think that might be something that's driving your creative juices. But a can of Coke and a ciggy, and you'll be as right as rain, son.
Oh, fucking trust me, I know.
You hear
I
the
don't
sound
know.
of footsteps as Boris steps up to you guys and looks at you and inquires if you're ready for him to drive you around.
Might as well relax. Who knows what's gonna?
let's-
I think the fresh air will do us good.
Yeah,
leave it.
the boat, we can celebrate and camp. Maybe, if you come up with another something like this while we're out. I love the sound of a concept album, maybe even a part 1, part 2.
And this conversation, it continues as you guys are led to the car, and Boris shakes his head dejectedly as you guys crawl in, and he starts driving around Moscow. You guys pass outside kind of the cordon of fence work around it, and you hear a few Russian fans kind of cheering, and you can see someone is holding up, showing their T-shirt, says "Wings of Change" on it, and you kind of smile because you see T-shirts with other bands, not even just bands on this tour, but despite no matter how hard anywhere tries to kind of contain culture or the spread of stuff, there's still a knowledge of bands from around the world here. People are still find ways to listen to music, and you begin making Boris kind of leads you through in the vehicle and points out some of the buildings that Atlas had expressed interest in, and as you're going, you kind of stop at a light at some point and are just sitting there, and I'll have you guys roll spot hiddens.
Yeah, that's an 85. I don't see nothing.
I also don't see anything. I
Yeah,
am in my head.
78.
I failed.
I'm too
Oh.
busy looking at the architecture to notice anything.
Yeah, we don't see nothing.
Okay. Okay, the light turns and the car starts moving again. Oh, I can close that. And after a while, you've seen all the sights. The conversation kind of continues. Eventually, after some time, you hit the occasional conversation where even Boris kind of joins in, kind of almost begrudgingly at first, and then slowly starts joining the conversation a little bit more. And at another stop, he kind of points to a signpost. You can see there's a poster put up, and this is one of many. There's several different art designs that have been focused on for this. And he finally starts asking you guys some questions about your music and drives, and finally he's kind of at the end of it, and you can see he pulls up the car to the harbor. You can see there's a few of the other limos around and some of the other bands standing outside, and the big boat is waiting. It looks like a rather oversized yacht.
Uh, well, party, drugs, and ladies, right?
Yeah. We got to celebrate. Come on, Doc. Let's see a smile.
I don't know. This whole trip's got me feeling out of it, man. I don't know.
You know, it'd make you feel more in it.
If you say Coke, that's a no.
Okay, well, we could probably find some acid or something. They'll just kind of patch on the back. Let's get in it.
Hello,
you guys.
Carl, you gonna be all right, mate? Because as loath as I am, I wouldn't want to make your day even worse than it is. I mean, you're having a bit of a bad day today, mate.
Yeah, you all just fucking go. I'll have Boris just fucking drive me back.
I mean, all right, Cap. Just
Come on, hang with us, Cap. We'll keep you company.
Don't worry, Doc will babysit you, mate. It'll be fine.
Fine, whatever. Let's go get on this fucking boat.
Woo! Carter's already like going over with the other bands, grabbing drinks.
Yeah, absolutely. And Doc McGrief pats you on the shoulder, Carter. He says, "Good to see you boys here. I was hoping you'd join us. Come on, there's seats for everyone. Come on. Oh my gosh, you even got Kyle. Come aboard." And you can see he's, Captain Halbrook is gonna just take us around a little bit of the Moskva and drop us off downriver, and the limos will meet us there and take us back to the hotel. But yeah, have a drink and relax. I got some fishing rods here. I'll pass out in a little while, but yeah, make yourself comfortable. Yeah, fishing on the Moskva, and you never know what you'll find. But yeah, go ahead, boys.
Are you shitting me? Fishing? I didn't come all the way across the fucking pond to fucking sit here and fish for trout. I mean, come on. You're better than that, Doc. You're much better than that.
I might want to fish.
There you go.
Fun.
Write a song about Tom Sawyer or something because of fishing. Kyle, I kind of sit with Kyle and I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been thinking. I said that rhythmic melody in there. It's not 4/4, and it jumps every once in a while to something else, and it's not really a criticism, but I don't think that when you were playing along, you were quite where you should be there. But I think that you were really close. And if you do like a 7/4 and then a goddamn like 10/12 beat, it's gonna like knock the song up even more than it was. What do you think?
And Kyle kind of nods and starts to tap like with his hands. And it's like,
Yeah.
I think you're on to something, Atlas. Yeah, yeah,
It's almost primal at that point.
yeah.
Where are the other three as the two of you are talking?
I'm
Zach
just going to have a
probably,
wander around the boat.
yeah, Zach will probably be kind of near the back of the boat, more watching the water than at the party,
Okay.
because he's kind of clearly been uncomfortable with this whole like party hard kind of scene.
Yeah.
Carter has found a couple of groupies to sit down, and he is singing bits of the song that they were doing and then explaining how amazing what he just did
Nice.
is, and it's impressive. You've probably heard our first album.
And yeah, that seems to be going over very well. At the back of the boat, Doc Zed, you are looking over the side and you can see your reflection coming back at you as the water passes by. Your reflection changes and swells and moves a bit. But as you kind of stare at yourself and think about what's brought you here and that the decadence of this lifestyle, I guess, that you've embarked on, you notice that the your reflection seems to lack eyes. And as you kind of stare over yourself, you feel the boat kind of take a kind of a sharp course correction or something, and
Wait,
for a brief second you catch yourself on the side before you go over.
who's driving the fucking boat? Guy who got his left and right hand swamped at birth? Christ!
The rest of the drunk band's cheer and excitement at this. They don't understand, but someone's shouting, so it must be cool.
Oh,
And
God.
how's Kurt doing?
I'm all right, mate. I'm just walking around saying hello, checking out who's here, whether there's any decent totty to chat to. You know, yeah, it's just like the MTV after show party at the Headbangers Ball in '87. I mean, that was a party, because I mean, I saw him years later and he still had the scar. I mean, that was fucking hilarious. So I'm gonna go and find myself. I'm gonna mingle with the bands and, you know,
Nice.
just hang out for a bit. You know, just chilling.
Okay, Carter, you are talking to two ladies on either side of you, and they're both pretending. I'm gonna actually have you roll psychology as I kind of.
I didn't put any points to that. I can't imagine a 34 is going to cut it, and it does not.
It does not, no. And you know what? If you hadn't had maybe some of the drinks that you already have, you'd probably be able to tell that they're not really that interested at all in what you're saying. But it does, and what does get through to you as they're kind of languid. Yeah, okay, yes, yeah. As they go along with what you're like moving your hands as you're talking and into it, and you can't help yourself. The thought does cross your mind as, you know, who would really understand this? Camilla. Billy would.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Camilla, Billy.
Yeah,
Billy
right.
would.
Right.
Billy would get this. You could always talk to Billy about the songs and the lyrics and how you felt inside, and he would listen. But they're not here. And you might as well just enjoy life while you can, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a moment of like downness, but then just gotta pull yourself out of that pit. Uh, Bring me one of those bumps, please. Yeah, that'll help me out.
There you go. And boat ride goes on. Was anyone interested in fishing? I think Doc said
Yeah,
it said, yeah.
Doc.
Okay, Doc McGrief comes over and says, well, I guess it might just be the docs then. How about you, Atlas?
No, Kyle and I are working on something.
Ah, gotcha. You guys did great work today. That song impressed everyone. Those two CIA agents, they couldn't believe it. You notice they are definitely absent from this boat ride.
Yeah, but they're probably running
Yeah.
along the docks, following us,
Yeah.
watching.
Who do you think the ladies work for? The
Yeah.
groupies Carter's talking to her. No, they so yeah, Doc Zed, McGrief puts a rod in your hand and the two of you cast out into the water as the boat's kind of slowed down now and someone's kind of doing a haphazard job of DJing. Yes, they do, right? There's someone's doing a haphazardly job of DJing and you hear your first album come on in the background as you're fishing.
Hey, boss, listen, I gotta kind of talk to you. I
Uh,
I
What's going
know
on,
the
boy?
well, I know the arrangement we made with the recording position. I know we were gonna try and pull that back till at least like a little after the tour, maybe for a couple months. I, if it'd be all right, when we get back to the States, I think I'm ready to kind of call it quits with the band gig, you know?
Okay, you haven't told the others about this yet. This is the kind of thing that can totally
Yeah,
can totally
I know. I just, I haven't had the right moment yet, or at least I don't think so.
Oh, son, you got so much talent, you got so much promise.
I I don't know. Ever since Billy, ever since that second album, things just ain't been sitting right, you know?
And again, when you say Billy, you hear in your head Camilla, but you say Billy. And he says, Billy, you ever seen it? Oh,
Yeah.
eh, eh, I thought I heard something. That's what you boys are saying, huh? Okay, well, I can
Mhm.
play your game. Billy, yes. So ever since that, it's been affecting. You know what? Stuff happens. People die. The world, get over it, son. You're making money here. You're big time.
Thanks for understanding, boss. And Zach
Ah,
just goes right back to fishing.
oh, and roll a luck roll.
84. Nope.
84. You catch something and you feel the tug on the string.
Oh, all right. Well, hey, here we go. This might be some good news.
Look at that. There you go. What did I tell you? You just got to keep your head up, right?
Well, don't count the chicken before it hatches, boss. It could be a boot for all I know.
And as you pull it up above the water, yeah, you know what? Actually, give me a strength check before you do it. We'll roll it out. We haven't had too many
All
rolls
right.
tonight, so
Well, luckily I have decent strength. Yep, 42. That'll do it.
nice. You wrestle it to the top and you pull out a fish, but it is not pretty. To say the least, it's mutated.
Uh, you know what? That's a good reason not to have the fish fillet at the hotel. And I just toss it back.
You can see its three eyes seem to look at you sadly as it disappears back into the water.
You poor creature. Ugh. Uh, you know what? I'm here, Doc. You can hang on to my pole. I think I'm good.
I, I, I guess I can understand that. And
Yeah.
he pulls his on as well. How are Atlas and Kyle doing? You guys are still working on the track.
Well, yeah, I think Kyle's got the it's a hard one. It's a hard to keep the rhythm, but if anybody can do it, Kyle can. And it makes my head hurt.
It's kind of wormed its way into you, you know?
Yeah, yeah, worm is a good word for it.
It leaves an impression. That's for damn sure.
It like fucks with your heartbeat.
Okay. Most and yeah, I guess we should
And drinking.
yeah, that too.
But not much. Yeah.
The sun's almost completely disappeared over the horizon, as Kurt's still making the rounds and visiting with some of the other bands. You can the one Russian band to join you guys on the main stage is on the boat with you now, drowning in the Moskva. And they seem to be quite enraptured by your stories and have been listening to you talk. And just as the boat kind of rounds a bit of a corner in the river and kind of changes directions, I'm gonna have you roll a spot hidden.
That all of us?
Just for Kurt in this case.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I fail, but I'm going to burn the 7 luck.
Oh, nice. Okay.
First spent luck of the game.
And you kind of, again, you were driven past some of these buildings earlier today, but looking up at them as you go by, you can see there seems to be an old church nearby, and in the kind of higher kind of tower above it, you can see a large open window, and you just see the kind of silhouette of a woman watching you from the top of it. And you just have the almost glimpse of her, and the name flashes through your head before you kind of push it away, and one of the Russians asks you a question about touring in somewhere in South America, and you're quickly distracted and brought back to the others. The rest of the boat ride is exactly what it seems to be. It's a wild party, and eventually some of you are in rougher states than others, but you're all kind of led to an eventual landing spot further down the river where your old friend Boris is waiting for you with the limo, as well as the other limo drivers. And at that point, the day's more or less over as the limo slowly drives back towards the hotel, and you guys make your way back up to your rooms. Our next scene, I guess, will be as you guys are standing outside your rooms before calling it a night.
Well,
it went better than I thought. You know.
Yeah. Just be glad you guys didn't decide to go fishing. I'll leave it at that.
Didn't need you to tell me that.
It's hardly rock and roll, Zach. It's hardly rock and roll. I mean, fishing. I mean, I hear Alice Cooper plays golf, but I mean, for fuck's sake, I mean, fishing. Next, you'll be taking up darts.
I mean, I've
Going to be
I've had
building a
inquiries.
raft and going down the river.
I mean, I have had inquiries. That's not important.
As you guys kind of talk it out and slowly start heading back to your rooms, you all know that the next day the concert begins. The other bands will be playing. You have a sound check to do, but we've hit 2 hours, so we're going to do a quick bio break. I would say that we got about an hour left, if that works for everybody.
Sounds good
And
to me.
I think we're actually pretty on course to get this. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, let's take a
Hell
5-10
yeah.
minute break, and when everyone's ready, we'll go from there. The night passes.
This one
This
goes up
night,
to 11.
this night, all of you have dreams, and in the morning, you find yourselves around the breakfast table. There's lots of commotion and activity. Some of you are dealing with hangovers. Everything is going on today. The big show starts. Everything is kicks off at noon, and you got to be in and out of the arena before then to get your sound check done. Some of the bands went yesterday and had theirs done, so they just are going to have you run through a couple songs and get your footing on the stage and feel things out a bit. So after breakfast, yeah, you're kind of hurried off to the vehicle. Boris is waiting for you, and after a few minutes of driving, you can see the arena ahead of you and pulls up. You guys are ushered inside, and you see your familiar kind of equipment all lined up and are brought out. You can see that at the moment, Ragged Gang are finishing their setup and their sound check for later that afternoon. They're going through one of their more recent songs, and it doesn't take you guys long to realize that it doesn't sound quite right. You can see that Ezio doesn't have his full team with him. He's up at the back, kind of at the soundboard and yelling at people. There's cords and cables going everywhere, chaos. He looks and he's often is quick to rely on Doc Zed for some help and just waves Doc over.
Yeah,
The
I'll
rest
be
of
right
you
up.
kind of head off. You can see where all your equipment is set up, and the roadies you do have and said the hired help locally are all ready to kind of switch out the gear as soon as Ragged Edge are done. Ezio greets Doc Zed and says, "So how's the trip been so far?"
Uh, about as good as it can be. You?
Oh, this it's a challenge. I'm a little bit overwhelmed with all these bands. Everybody's got different stuff, but I should be ready for you guys. I was just wondering if you'd have a look at this. I
Yeah, sure. What's up?
there's you can hear them and you can see the the guy from Ragged Ed Ragged Gang is singing his song, and there's just something discordant like overlapping in it, and sounds like there's almost like two drum beats going. Like just have a look at the mix and see if there's something you can do with it. I don't know, there's something coming through one of these channels. I'm gonna go start checking chords.
Yeah, I can
And
definitely take a look.
and you sit down in front of the console and you can see that there's some tags he's placed at the bottom where he's got different instruments lined up. And yeah, how are you going to go about this?
Well, if it's an echo of like the vocals and the drums, probably the first thing Zach will try is messing with the vocal sliders, see if that sort of helps level out the echo.
Nice. And yeah, you pull the vocals up, and you can see here his voice kind of overlap and carry over top of everything else. And as you pull it back down, it slides. The second and third vocals seem to be going to the guitarist and the drummer, and they don't seem to be singing in the song. And you just slide them down, and there seems to be no effect from it really.
Does anything on this panel look kind of off from a normal panel this would be?
No, I'm gonna have you roll a listen check actually. As you're standing up there, you've got a pair of headphones on.
That is an 88. I don't know if I want to spend that much luck though.
Okay, so that means that you can see that there is audio coming through all these channels. The little blinky lights show up, and you can see some of them are hitting red, and you can adjust them. But unfortunately, because you can't pick it out, it means you're gonna have to start soloing tracks if you're gonna figure this out.
Alright, well, this will take a bit longer than I thought. I'm actually gonna try to get kind of under the hood of this thing, go for the wires directly.
Okay, yep. The wires all lead away from it, and you can see they kind of go off stage. Some of them lead, the guitar ones kind of lead over to up where the bigger amps are, and lead to microphones that are miking them. From inspection from there, it seems like there is almost nothing you can tell. Everything seems to be more or less right, but yeah, there is a lot of cords and cables around here.
Alright. And yep, I'll just have to go through one by one. It'll take a bit of time, but I'll get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, Doc Zed will just start working on that quick as he can.
As he's going through it, you guys hear him soloing, and for a brief second, the band on stage can still hear themselves, but through his mix coming out of the bigger speakers, the rest of you can all hear as just everything cuts out except for the lead vocal singer, and then everything cuts out as it goes to the guitarist, who just speaks up afterwards to repeat a line that the singer says or something like that, and suddenly then it just goes to the guitar rig, and you can hear the guitar player only. There's no no drums, no bass, nothing else coming through it. He hits guitar rig 2 and solos that. And you guys hear something else.
The cloud waves break. The twin suns sink behind the lake. The shadows lengthen in Carcosa. Strange is the night where black stars rise.
And as that's playing, it's blasting through the speakers, and you can see others are clutching their ears. Go ahead, Doc Zed.
I think just out of instinct, I'm gonna fully mute that lever.
Okay, you crank it down, and you hear other people swearing. The band is actually comes to a full stop, and the lead singer is like, "What the hell?"
I
Eh.
I don't know. I don't even know what that was, man. But it's fucking weird, I'll tell you that much. But I'll see if I can get that off the airway for you. Let you finish up your set.
And yeah, you leave that channel down, and Eziel's caught on to it, and the two of you kind of starts following that specific chord, and eventually you find it kind of leads back over, kind of behind the setup, and you can see eventually it leads to a completely cut off chord. And I will have you, Zachary, roll sanity for me at that point.
Yeah. That's a 16.
Nice. You're gonna take one, but we'll limit it to that, and that should not be how it works. And the band leave the stage kind of irritable, and they start moving on the wings of change equipment. And Zachary, Duck Zed, you see Oxy kind of staring at you from the side. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I was going through singling because there was some double up on the vocals, the drums, and obviously not supposed to happen. I was going through, and
I can feel it in my head. And he kind of stumbles or staggers away from you back towards his dressing room. You hope the old guy makes it to the show tonight. He's got to close the first night.
Everybody's got this damn Carcosa fever. Jesus.
And a short time later, you're able to join the rest of your band on stage. And what song are you going to roll through first just to check things out?
Want to do one of the old ones, like Hammerbox or something like that, or first album?
You know what?
What about Love at First Lick?
Well, not the whole
classic.
album. Oh,
well, not
the
the whole
single.
album.
No.
The single.
No, yeah. Bit of a
All
crowd
right.
pleaser, you know. Who's been fucking with my pedal board? Go a little bit bottom. Little bit bottom. Yeah, cheers. Nice one.
Okay, and you guys play through it. And what are you going to play after that?
Well, maybe one more. Just what do you think about Your Body is Banging, So Why Aren't We? That's people like that one. Give
Yeah,
a little something. But Doc Zed, what if you that other sound you got?
I think we're good without that.
No, I really liked it. It sounded familiar.
Well, hold on. What if we play just a section of the new thing?
You think they're ready for it?
Just give them a little taste.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Do it.
Okay.
Well, we're all plugged in now, so I mean, now we get to hear the whole sound ensemble. You know, here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Can we set it to record so that we've got some?
Yeah, I can do that real
Yeah.
fast. Just give me a sec.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, Zachary, you're able to work with Ezio, and yeah, he's got the inputs all set up so it feeds the speakers, but then you got a side sub track that'll go to a little recording device he has.
All right, we're good.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And yeah, hit those performance rolls.
04.
Zero eight. Oh eight.
That's an 11.
Hard for me. 22.
53 is just a regular success for me.
So three extremes, a hard and a regular. Nice.
Okay, so behind the scenes, I'm scoring different points depending on the level of success. So that's huge. That's okay. So you guys play it and you almost instantly lock into it. Yeah, the first track you played from the old album, you guys were good, but this is great. This is just blasts and sounds good through the speakers. You are all locked into it, and yeah, I think at this point,
It's the drumming timing. Yeah.
it's the song will let you know when it's done with you, rather than you guys ending it. And I'll have you guys make sanity checks.
Awesome.
Oh, well,
Oh.
that's 100.
That's a fault.
Oh.
That's a fail.
That's a fail.
I
Okay.
passed.
Okay, so those who pass will take 1. Those who fail will take a D4.
4.
I
Yeah,
think.
Oh, no.
four for me too.
Ooh, gosh, it's bringing everything. This is a emotional experience almost as you play into it. It's the song playing you guys at this point, and it's getting bigger and bigger. You see all the empty seats of the stadium all around you, are empty right now, but it's the other bands all gathered around. You have a distinct memory that'll probably last the rest of your lives of just a bit of spittle coming out of Oxy's mouth that just stretches and stretches before it finally just drops and lands at the ground at his feet. Everyone is starstruck, and yeah, they're making their own little sanity rolls too somewhere. And Ezio stands at the music board. His hands have dropped to his side. He's not even adjusting things anymore. He just stands there and stares at you guys.
Actually, I don't know if I have to do the intelligence check for my sanity because I've lost 5 points out of 50 at this point.
It's only 5 if it's in one go. And then
Gotcha.
if you pass your overall 1/5, that's when you'll get a indefinite madness as well.
Getting close. Getting close.
Getting close. 5 more.
Okay, have you guys roll spot hiddens as you feel the song is wrapping up, and you're playing a chorus part right now that none of you remember even talking about with each other.
So 100, I spot nothing.
You spot
I'm in the
nothing.
groove.
I got
All that
07.
exists is the groove. And an
So that's an
07.
extreme.
I
for
don't
me.
spot anything.
Just a hard.
No.
Okay.
Or an 83. Nothing there.
Those of you who do notice, Doc McGrief and Guy Maroney, the record company guy, are off to the side. Doc is McGrief, your manager, speaking animatedly to the 2 CAI guys. Guy Maroney's his head's kind of cocked and his jaw's hanging open. The 2 CIA guys couldn't be more different from each other. Neil Delano is watching fascinated and seems to be very smugly nodding his head at your performance, whereas John Haley, the older gentleman, looks white and incredibly like he's about to be sick, kind of. Doc kind of continues talking, and you guys meanwhile wrap up the song, and the roadies come out and start grabbing guitars from you and equipment, and someone starts adjusting one of Kurt's guitars, just quickly retuning it before rolling it off stage. And you guys are done. You're welcome to enjoy the concert.
Oh, I would like to throw the mic down and just point at the others and just fucking top that. Woo!
Oh,
Riding
and-
high.
I'm tempted to have you roll intimidate, to be honest.
I don't have points in that.
I do.
Okay, roll with
I do.
roll with Cap or Kurt. I'll have a roll to back him up then.
Oh no, I'm not good at intimidate. It's persuade and faster. I'm good at.
No, I didn't do it. So whatever.
No, and rather than a real significant reaction, I think you hear one of the drummers maybe say, "Holy shit!" and someone else. There's kind of quiet exclamations of shock around it. the others slowly move on and they bring another band's equipment out. You can hear outside the arena, there's a nearby kind of like baseball diamond where they've set up a smaller gig that's happening in the morning for like the local band. You can hear kind of guitar, loud music kind of coming from there. And there's other things going on. There's probably people lining up outside the arena already. And things keep going on. And as you guys are kind of led away backstage for lunch and drinks and refreshments, you can see that the next band starts playing on the stage, starts doing their soundtrack, and just Oxy stands there alone, and they're just completely still, just staring at the stage as you guys disappear.
Should we get someone to check on that guy?
At some point, Doc McGrief goes out and, or maybe his wife and manager. He's the only one not managed by Doc McGrief. His wife Sherry goes out and gets him and kind of coerces him backstage. Are you guys watching the concert? You certainly are welcome to watch it from behind backstage. You're welcome to do it in the stands. Likewise, you can split this place and head somewhere else. You've wrapped up for today, more or less. Is that certainly it's going to be some the first band I think is Drowning in the Moskva and some of the smaller ones until it gets up to Oxy later in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to stick around and watch the bands, but I must admit that was so intense. I think I need to get myself a little something to sustain me, if you catch my drift.
Absolutely, and backstage there's plenty of that. You guys have dressing rooms and kind of a little place set up where you can drink and eat and other activities.
Little sandwiches.
Yeah. M&Ms, but no brown M&Ms, and all the typical accoutrements of.
My arms hurt from the muscles playing. I've never felt anything like that.
Not about you, Atlas, but my brain fucking hurts. I'll tell you, that was just like that kettled my Swede, son. That kettled my Swede.
I can still hear that drum beat. It was, I think we found. I
better
think
get used to it, Atlas, because that's the third album right there. Oh my God.
After that, I gotta go back to the hotel. I gotta get out of here for a minute.
Yeah, okay. Zach's heading out. Is anyone else going with him?
I'll go back.
Nah, Kurt, you it sounds like you've got a plan, and that sounds good to me too. Let's get our heads screwed in straight and watch these losers.
Yeah, I just want to hang. If you got a backstage pass, you might as well fucking use it. People would kill for one of these. I mean, these, So basically, I think we just need to just chill a bit as well. I don't really fancy going back to the hotel just yet. I want to be around people, if that makes any sense. It's getting a bit freaky.
And that's why I'm getting away from people. It's getting freaky. It's getting freaky, man.
Safety in numbers, Zach. Safety in numbers, son. Just chill your boots, sit down, have a spliff, and everything will be all right.
What's Kyle doing? Is Kyle heading back to the hotel? We're sticking around for the show.
I think Kyle's sticking around for the show.
So that sounds like Kyle, Carter, and Kurt are sticking around for the show. You guys watching it all from backstage?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you have constant service of drinks and refreshments and little sandwiches. Zachary and Atlas, Boris drives the two of you back to the hotel and is, so you ready for big show?
Yeah, I think we're ready for the big show. So Boris, what kind of interesting things do Russians like to eat?
And as the car ride goes on, he's kind of warmed up to you guys enough that he kind of begins to tell you about his family life and what they make and what his parents used to make for him when he was little and
lots of cabbage soup.
lots of cabbage soup, and yeah, he tells you what a big opportunity this job is, and that it pays more money than he'd make otherwise, and the government's probably going to be looking at his bank account and scrutinizing it pretty closely. But of course, all you do then is bribe the officials, and you're off the hook. So he's kind of already like explains how he's got money earmarked away for bribes already, and you realize very quickly it's a very different life than anything the two of you have experienced before.
Yeah, I guess you all find a way to fit in with whatever system you're in.
That's exactly the case, and he doesn't make a beeline back to the hotel. It ends up kind of being a slow ride, and as he talks to you, the three of you at the show, Drowning in the Moskva rips through 90 minutes of high energy rock music. You know what? They're good, but their influences are old. They've only existed in this kind of Soviet Union bubble, and you can tell that their talent's there, but they're not really ready for the big step. After that, you Sleeping Princess and the costumes come out and the show and the drama. The you watch and you can see that the stadium is packed. It's filled with people, and more seem to keep coming. The reaction overall seems to be positive. Every once in a while, you're kind of proud to hear there a little start of a chant become for Wings of Change, before it gets drowned out by the next song. Um, by late evening or by 6 p.m., Burnout Column takes the stage, and Gil steps out on the stage and says, "So you fuckers all here to see Wings of Change? No fucking way. It's time for Burnout Column," and goes into his song, and the rest of his band is playing, and he puts you guys down throughout his set. He attacks Ragged Gang, and he's not making any more friends than he was before.
I'll tell you what, that boy's got fucking issues, isn't he? I mean, what can you do?
Maybe this is the I've lost count of how many, but why don't we just go unplug something? Am I talking crazy?
Yeah, come on, Carl. We don't want to get involved in any of that. I mean, I'd rather go on stage and punch him. I mean, he might be a twat, but I'm not going to do that to him. While we're watching all the bands on stage.
Those cables are pretty near, though. I mean,
have I seen anybody wear any of those masks that I saw at the hotel? Was Sleeping Princess wearing any masks like that? Or?
They weren't wearing anything like that, but you every once in a while catch a glimpse of the crowd, and there's all kinds of weird stuff out there. You again, like I kind of said before, like you see plenty of fanship towards your band and the other bands, but just generally, I mean, there's shirts for bands, American and British rock bands of the last 20 years, kind of all out there, and it's a real collection of people just dying to have this connection.
Yeah, just a hunch.
Zach and Atlas, you guys are sitting having dinner at the hotel. You can see you're not alone. John Haley, the one CIA agent, is there too, and he looks more strung out and sick to his stomach than ever. And he sees you and says, Okay, if I sit with you for a few minutes.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
That I really thought we were doing the right thing here, but I don't know. When you guys play that, aren't you a little bit nervous?
Well, I don't know. It's new. Always new. You never know if it's gonna go over, but people are constantly craving something new.
That's why you're here. We're hoping that that's going to change things, but I'm not sure if this is going to be a good change. I'm wondering if there's going to be a riot or something after this, after you guys play.
Oh God, don't say that. I'm already worried enough about the damn song.
Look, it's not. If there's some sort of a riot, it's because these poor people have been suppressed from expressing themselves artistically for 100 years, and they're just, maybe they'll rise up and rebel against their own government, and maybe then they'll be literal change. And
I just
if,
don't think I can handle any more blood on my hands. And he gets up and stomps off into the hotel at that point.
Jesus Christ, I hope he doesn't go off himself. You know, people kill themselves in hotels all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
convenient place. That's the two of you headed back for any of the later in the day shows?
I suppose
Zach,
at least after I've rested for a while, I probably will.
Yeah. And
Zach's staying at the hotel.
you're staying in? Okay. Yeah, you head up
Yeah.
to your room. You've got a lot to think about. Atlas Boris drives you back over and you rejoin the other three. And just as you get there, you can see that Bruno Column is finally finishing their show. They went a little bit over. And Doc McGrief comes up to the three of you four of you, sorry, looking very panicked and says, Guys, come on, I need your help. We got a bit of a problem here.
What's going
What's
on?
up?
Yeah.
I don't know. I need you to go in and check on Oxy. Something's not right here.
Isn't his manager about? I mean,
I mean,
We
we're
already
not
know the guy.
medical.
Just have a look quick. He's up next, and I don't know. I've been looking around for him.
All right, Doc, keep your knickers on, son. Let's go and have a look.
Okay. The four of you head down to the dressing rooms, and you can see the room where kind of the main act is playing for the night. And yeah, that is Oxy in this case. The Ox has been ensconced in here. There's no sign of his manager anywhere. You guys head in, and you can see that he is kind of passed out over top of the table.
My Oxy, let's check him. Is he dead?
He's fucking dead.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You find him? Is he in there?
In a
Well,
manner,
his
yeah.
fucking body is.
His body is, yeah, his soul ain't anymore.
Jesus Christ, he's on in 20 minutes.
No, he's not.
He should be on ice about now.
Shit.
Is there any-
Okay, you guys stay here. Don't tell his wife. Don't let anyone in here. I'll be right back. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna make this right.
Is there any
I
drug
got-
paraphernalia hanging around?
Mhm.
I gotta fucking talk to Neil. I gotta fucking find Neil, and we'll get this figured out. And McGrief slams out of the door, and you guys are left standing there in a room with a corpse.
Yeah, no, I agree. What Kurt is asking for what kind of, it's not a case of if, but what amount of drug paraphernalia is in here.
How? Yeah.
There's a lot, and yeah, it seems to be an overdose. It seems to if it wasn't for this man's reputation, you would guess it's almost a deliberate attempted overdose. But
The room that we're in,
Yep.
is this
Yeah.
is like a green room or
there's a few different posters on the wall of different kind of Soviet band. You get the sense that it's been largely set up to show the Americans that they're cool. So it's
Right.
it was probably quite austere to begin with, and now it's decorated in theme with you
So-
guys being here.
So the fact that Oxy is a legendary superstar, I want a souvenir.
Yes.
So if he's got rings on or
Well, you
A
guys,
necklace or-
he's got rings on every finger. Yeah,
I mean, it's
it is.
ghoulish maybe, but
Hey,
this could be worth $1 million
once-
someday.
once in a lifetime chance.
Yeah.
As you slide one of those kind of big skull rings off his finger, you hear a knock at the door and a tentative voice say, "Oxy, are you in there?" It's his wife.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. Just pushes open the door. Wow, you are more beautiful than you they've even said. And he's gonna say, "Oh, you must be Oxy's like daughter, friend,
All
groupie?"
right, give me a persuade or charm.
He's got a little bit in charm. A 92, however, is far outside the range. Are you his like grandma? Ah, fuck.
You people are fucking creeps. Have you seen my husband, though?
Not really.
You should talk to the manager.
Fine. And she disappears down the hall. A minute later, Doc McGrief comes back. He's not holding a first aid kit. He's not holding a defibrillator. He's not holding anything. He's holding a fucking book. He's holding what appears to be some kind of ancient fucking book in his hands. Hey, guys, come here, come here. I need your help with this.
What the hell?
I told you, we got to keep the show going here.
What, so you picked up the New England Journal of fucking Medicine? I mean, what's that going to do?
That looks more like a Bible.
Yeah, exactly. Hold hands here. We gotta do. Carter, you in this? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I've never
What
thought
the
I'd see
fuck?
that in real. No, come on. This is awesome. I wrote a
Kurt.
song about this.
Kurt, you go watch the door. Atlas, just stay close. Hold Oxy up here. Okay, go ahead, Carter. Read right there.
Yeah, no problem. Klaatu something something.
Hi, Kyle. I need you to repeat what he's saying.
What the fuck, man? Like,
No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay,
No,
we got this. We got to make this happen.
That Toparata necktie.
All right.
you know,
I'm gonna have you roll a power check, Carter. As you're reading through this,
baby.
some of these words feel like they could maybe even make good lyrics.
I succeed at 1 point, so just a normal. 54
Just a
under
normal.
55.
We Mabunoff Cthulhu. Yeah, with Knuckle Dog and
Ozzy, come back. Ozzy, come back.
And after a few minutes of chanting, Kyle follows along. Suddenly, Oxy's head snaps up, and I'll get you guys to give me some sanity rolls.
your bad singing did it. Yeah, fail.
I make it.
Okay, so for anyone who makes it, it's going to be a 1. For anyone who fails it, we're going to do a 1d4 again.
I lost one.
All
I lost 3 that time.
3.
I told you, you guys are going to take over the world. You can do anything. Let's get this boy on stage. And Oxy
He
looks up
needs
at
to
him.
go to the hospital.
And oh boy, hold on there. Hold on. Let's get you to the stage here. And they're joined in the hall by Sherry. And is she like, oh, what? Oxy, this is it. I'm getting a divorce. And you're like, lady, you're going to have bigger things to worry about than that. And you all sit down. There's a table in front of you filled with hard alcohol and glassware and plenty of stuff to take your minds off this.
Woo.
So he was just like asleep, right?
Yeah,
We
really,
can do
really low heart.
anything.
You felt his pulse. I mean, you
I'm not a doctor, though.
no, but
I mean, I do
he's
have
fucking
330 in first aid, but
That's probably what it was.
that could be the reason why he got off the couch and went back on stage. I couldn't be right about that, but I don't know.
and what's with them trying to bite us?
That's pretty normal. There was a bat thing I heard about, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I heard he killed all his chickens back in like Windsor, where he lives. But he did that with a sword. I mean, I've never seen him bite anyone.
There's been
Whatever.
rumors he did something terrible at the Alamo even. But you guys make it out, and you hear there's a fair bit of chaos. The set lasts about half an hour, and before security starts getting people out, and
I mean, does he go on? Does he sing?
there's something happening up there, and you hear
Nobody
the
could
crowd.
ever understand. Yeah.
You can't understand a word, but no one came here expecting to understand a word, so it kind of works out, and you guys
Yes.
find yourselves pretty much back at the hotel hungover the next morning.
I mean,
Someone's talking nearby about how the show overall went fine. 10 people got bitten and sent to the hospital, but It's the Moscow Madness Music Festival. I mean,
Yeah, people.
so
Oh,
that said, it's the big day. And after going through your notes, and after your performance yesterday and having some time to think about it and talk about it, you guys are pretty sure that you got most of the song, and at this point, you're pretty confident that you can bring it home on stage even.
and some of those weird lyrics that you wrote down. I mean, it sounds like we're singing nonsense, but then Oxy sang nonsense too, didn't he? Like Crazy
allegorical,
Bus.
man. I gotta say though, before we go on, I'd like to do a dedication to Camilla, if that's all right with people.
Wow. Is that all right with people?
Uh, thought we weren't going to talk about that though.
About what?
Um, you know,
Yeah, like we weren't gonna like bring us down, man. We weren't gonna like, dwell on the negative vibes. And let's be honest, there's been quite a few weird vibes on this trip already. So I understand where you're coming from, Carl. I mean, I really do. But like, do you think it's wise, man?
Yeah, of course. Like the whole album coming out was gonna be about him. Like, I was writing a song. We gotta at least mention. People, they'll wonder.
I
It's so good. It's so fucking good. He's very clearly been at the stash this morning.
you're you're the singer. You're the one who gets up there and opens up your mouth. So do whatever you want.
Lay off the little blue pills, mate, because I think you've had too many. Shouldn't put them on your cornflakes.
Listen, fellas, while we're
Not
talking about all of
Frosted
this stuff, there's something I gotta get off my chest here. It's been bogging me down. After this big gig, I'm out.
What?
I I
Jesus
got it.
Christ, you lay that on us right now?
What the fuck are you talking about?
You could have
I
told us afterwards or something.
well, I don't know. I mean, it's Billy being brought up and all that. I thought now would be a good time, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I think after the
just-
set would have been a better idea, wouldn't it? I mean, because now we're all on edge. I mean, we're on edge before, but come on, there's got to be a time for breaking that kind of news. And right now is a bit of a pisser.
Yeah, well, when are you going to break the news, Kurt? You've been thinking about it.
Look, as I said to the Doris on the plane, you can't speculate. There's a lot of stuff in the media. We don't know where our careers are going at the moment. As you said yourself, you're famous one minute, you're not famous the next minute, you're in the gutter. But we're all looking at the stars, we're just trying to keep up with them. But as I said, come on, Zach, not now. We got to get this. We got to get through this nightmare.
And that's what I'm saying.
We'll finish strong.
We get through the show, and then I'm kind of calling it. I thought I could handle the rock star life. I can't. It and everything that's happened the past few years, Camilla, all that. I just can't.
Well, shit. And I'm going to sort of walk away. But as I walk away, I walk past Carter and I say, any fucker can play a bass.
Oh, right. Oh, boy. That's it. It's fine. I'll say to you two, blaze of glory, all right? If you're going to shoot your career in the head, at least do something big first.
Well, if anything, we'll be remembered for this performance if we turn out that new track. I think we, for good or for bad, I mean, whether we cause the downfall of a country and a few thousand deaths, you know, good or bad. I mean, you know.
And how are we all okay with that? That's another thing too.
What
I
are you?
heard about I
What?
heard about what happened after the concert. 10 people in the hospital after our thing. Like I get the second album, the burning of our shit. I get that, but no one got hurt. No one got hospitalized. The song
Ozzy
sent
beat
10
10
people to the
people last
hospital.
night. I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, and that
That's
was just from the sound test.
that's
What do you
a
think's
fucking
gonna
crowd
happen?
control. They're
I'm sorry. Like this
that's
is just
security.
one of the most artistic breakthroughs I've ever had in my fucking life, and now you're just gonna piss it all fucking away because you're a goddamn coward, thinking that there's fucking
Kyle would be
aliens
the
under
only
your
one you
bed.
Kyle would be the only
Just-
one you fucking had. This is the only song you've ever wrote, and it's driving people nuts.
Let's just look. We got a job to do. We got a job to do and a reputation. So is just get this fucking thing done, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
You can see they're starting to, other bands are getting in cars, the ones who already played the day before. There's been no sign of Oxy, of course, but everybody else, or for that matter, there's been no sign of Sherry either. But the other bands are all slowly heading over to the cars. And when you guys get out to where the limos are, you can see there's a man with kind of his hair kind of combed back, smoking a cigarette, waiting for you. You guys wings a change?
Yeah.
Hop in. I'll take you over there.
Where's
Where's
Boris?
Where's Boris?
He's off today. I'm Mr. Harrison. Nice to meet you.
You're American?
Yep.
How'd you get this
Okay.
gig then, mate?
No, a bit of a long story. I'll tell you on the way.
You sound like Warburton.
Are the CIA duo, are they around by any chance?
There's no sign of Neil, but yeah, you can see off to the side, you can see John Haley kind of with his arms crossed, looking still kind of white as a ghost and nervous, and he kind of sees you and kind of gives you a nod.
Get this whole fucking thing over with.
I guess it's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm with Atlas on this. Let's burn some rubber and get to the gig, all right?
Yeah.
Let's blow everyone's fucking minds.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Okay, hop in. And Harrison closes the doors behind you guys and steps into the front seat and backs up with the other limos and is driving out.
Ugh. When do we fly back? Tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we're on the 3 o'clock flight.
Thank God.
The limos are pulling out of the fences right now, and there's kind of fencing all set up along the road right to the arena, and soldiers walking around with guns.
I think when we get back, I'm going to go fishing.
I
Get
hope we
those
don't
good
catch
American
what Zach
fish.
got.
Think we're far enough, Lennon? And you hear a woman's voice from the front seat as kind of a blanket pulls up, and she crawls up into the seat and says, "Yeah, I think so." And he slams the steering wheel to the left as the car veers off course, and people scream and scatter in the streets and as he floors it. And you guys are now clearly driving away from the stadium.
Hey, what the hell?
The hell?
Come on.
Call this a fucking intervention.
Are you? What do you mean intervention?
Christ,
I don't
they're
do
after
drugs.
Seriously, I've flushed all my stuff at the hotel, mate. You don't need an intervention.
The woman has already pulled a gun up on the seat and is kind of looking and says, "Shut the fuck up.
Whoa.
We're not letting you do this concert. We've been watching, and from what the boss says, it's time to pull you guys out of this. This mission's gone wrong."
What do you mean this mission?
I fucking knew it. The goddamn CIA. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it, man.
We're not CIA.
Who the hell are you?
In order to calm down my colleague, maybe you could furnish us with a little bit of information.
And as you say that, you hear a scream of thump thump as the car drives over someone. Everyone can make a sanity roll.
Jesus, you hit someone.
Yeah, I fail that.
I apparently passed that one with
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Give a
Oh,
shit
wait,
about rolling.
41, I passed. Yeah.
So yeah, but take a D4 on a pass and a D6 on a fail. And
And that's 6.
One.
oh my
I
gosh.
really
Oh,
didn't
one.
care.
Yeah. That's an intelligence.
Okay. Yep, give me that intelligence roll. Anyone else hit that, sorry?
No.
I
And-
failed, but I got 2. I'm 1 away. 1 away.
We'll get there yet, don't worry. I know we're coming up on time here.
That is a success on the intelligence.
Success on the intelligence. Okay, so that means that you do understand it, unfortunately.
Yep.
And you are filled with utter paranoia, and everything you've been feeling wrong about this whole thing is intensified 100-fold.
I
None of-
fucking knew it. CIA's the fucking lodge. That one guy fucking said he was even fucking smirking while we were doing our sound thing. He fucking knew. He knew
Jesus
from the very
Christ,
fucking
Harrison, you
start.
fucking hit someone.
He knew what? What the fuck are you even talking about?
Something's going the fuck on with this damn song. I don't know what it is, but something's wrong.
What do you?
It's just
It's
propaganda.
music. Jesus Christ.
Entire Skrill and now Harrison and Lennon are in a big argument with each other. They're shouting something about Harrison and McCartney fucking died for this, and she's like, I know, but all we have to do is get back the star, and we can get these guys out of here, and the whole thing will be done, and it'll be like it didn't happen. But you can't.
Are they paying
fucking-
attention to the gun that they have?
She's kind of waving it around a little bit. It's moving with the bumps, and it is like pointed at you, and then it's not pointed at you, and then it's pointed at someone else.
Have we seen Pulp Fiction?
Not yet, but
I don't want to be the inspiration for it.
yeah. What do the 5 of you want to do?
I think in kind of this heightened state of just everything is going wrong, I think Zach's gonna try and grab the gun.
Okay. Give me let's just do a brawl roll for it.
01.
Oh.
Okay. Undoubtedly a hard success, and Agent Lennon failed it. You pull it out of her hand, and she tries to grab it, and you can barely stop it from firing. Had that not been as smooth as it was, you probably would have shot somebody. You're holding the gun.
Stop the car. Stop the car.
Fucking hell, Zach, what the fuck's going on, mate?
Zach, that was by far the coolest thing you've ever done.
Mr. Harrison says, look, we're trying to save the fucking world here.
And I'm trying not to die. Stop the car.
And as he's turned back to look at you and he's saying that, and you're pointing the gun at them, you can see that he's driving right towards the wall of a building.
Dude, watch where you're driving.
Yeah.
And-
Bail?
You guys hear the tire screech as the car smashes into the building, and you can see that it looks like Lennon and Harrison are both killed on impact. Their bodies slump over the front of the car. The 5 of you almost miraculously are unharmed, and as you spill out of the doors of the car onto the street, you can see onlookers all around and people talking.
It is best to be drunk in a car accident. Comment.
What the fuck do we do now? We have to wait for their fucking police, or do we just go to the concert?
I think Zach just kind of shakes his head, tosses the gun to the ground, just starts walking.
There's a large yellow bus-like thing that has a 15-letter name on it. I think it's bus.
And
But it could be the bus to St. Petersburg. I mean, we don't know where the fuck we are.
we know where the airport is. I'm going to the airport. I'm getting the
What the?
fuck out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
And yeah, if you want to walk away, Zach, the others seem to be sticking together. You can see that there's Russian military or Soviet military starting to arrive and some soldiers, and the others are being identified. You've kind of merged into the crowd already and are moving away.
Yeah.
The four of you who remain are soon reunited with Doc McGrief. You're like, Jesus Christ, what the hell is happening there? I thought it was all over, guys.
Yeah, some fucking psychopaths.
Tried to
Jesus
kidnap
Christ.
us.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
They jacked the
lunatics.
car and crashed it into the fucking wall. I mean, did you did you know anything about this?
Not a clue. I swear, guys, we got to get to the arena. You guys are going to be on soon. Jesus Christ.
We lost Zach.
Yeah.
We don't know where he went.
We need a new bass player.
Shit, we can make that work. We got plenty of bass players around. We can do it. If you can hit the root note, we'll just heal, the thing, right?
Yeah. Somebody from Sleeping Princess or
Yeah, we'll get well, Neo, we got him. You can see the other CIA agent gets out of the limo and says, "Boys, come on in and sit with us. Come in, have a cigar. We'll get you to the concert in time, and everything's gonna be fine."
can we see your badge?
Yeah, absolutely. And Neil pulls it out, and you can see that glittering silver Twilight Lodge ring on his finger shines as he holds the badge up to you. He's afraid it turns out my partner John Haley ain't gonna make it to the show today, unfortunately. But I'm sure we'll have to fill him in later on what he's missing. Let's make our way over.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I don't really want to get in a car right now. I'm a little bit, you might understand, I'm a little bit shaky, a little bit wee, a little bit woe. I don't really want, I'll get a cab. I'll meet you there.
Sounds good. See that.
Because I feel like I'm going to be sick. I have lost 3 points of sanity and I'm on the edge. I'm one step away from Zachland.
Okay, and one way or another, your entire group makes it to the performance. You can see that as you show up here, you walk in, and Good Jovi is in the middle of their act. There's fireworks bursting from the stage. He's wearing a cape that has an American flag on it and is walking through the crowd. And Doc McGrief is leading you guys towards the dressing rooms as Vic, the lead singer of Ragged Crew, comes up and just decks Doc McGrief in the face. He says, "You said no fireworks, and you gave those bastards fireworks." And they're kind of screaming and Neil at each other. And Neil says, "Don't worry, boys. Come on, let's get you set up for the show. And before you know it, this will all be over."
Thank God.
As Good Jovi finishes their set and the equipment slowly rolled out, the kind of expectation comes over the audience as the arena kind of goes quiet, and people wait, others move around and buy drinks or snacks, and the amps are rolled in, the keyboards are all set up. It's these guys seem to have kind of figured it out pretty quickly how the whole set works. You can see Ezio stands at the controls, but he doesn't even wave at you guys. He seems completely oblivious to everything going on. There's some other tech working at the mixing board. And before you know it, it's time to head out. And you can see that, sure enough, there's the bassist from Sleeping Princess. And he gives you guys a nod. And I think I know a few of the tracks. If you... I'll try to follow along and go from there.
Yeah, try and keep up.
I'll tell you, I don't know whether I can do this, lads.
You can do it, Kurt.
Let's just
I
do
don't,
it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether. No, I mean, I don't know whether I want to do it. I mean, this is just fucking lunacy, in a way. I mean, we just had a car crash and everybody's just pretending like nothing happened. Two people were just cream crackers. They're like deep six. And no one gives a fuck. I mean, what the hell is going on here? And this geezer seems to want to get us on stage. I mean, come on, we already know what McGrief will do to get us back on stage. I don't know, just do a different set.
They got money. They got They've got a lot invested in this.
Well, yeah, but they didn't tell us to do a new song. Well, they didn't ask us to do the new song. They asked us to write a new song. But they didn't, maybe we should just do some of the old material.
No, we need to do the new song. We need to. There's that old... It doesn't cut it anymore. We need this.
Yeah, Kurt, I don't like... I know we just went through a lot, but the fucking show, man, like, people are here to fucking watch us, so we could deal with this shit after we're done.
We got to power through it.
They're here to watch us. They're not here for anything extra. Would you reckon?
Extra is what we bring. We're not.
Yeah,
we're not any of these other losers. We're wings of change.
Yeah, change.
Yeah, change.
Wings, change.
Start
Wings.
Dust, wind, dude.
And this is on stage, and you guys can see the audience is starting to do it too.
I'll tell you what, lads. I'm out.
You're not out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Get on the stage and perform. That's what you were born for.
I am, and I am born for it. And I tell you what, Alex, you're absolutely right. I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I'm gonna fuck off and go, and I'm gonna be playing for Air Fletcher because this is too much shit for me.
It was true the whole time. The bassist is like, the bassist who joined you guys, like, you got an in with Air Fletcher, man.
I'm going to walk over to the piano and sit down and start.
Okay, the music starts, and you're standing there arguing with them, Kurt. You're going right into the song.
Carl's backing me up with the drums.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking
and Carter's headed towards the microphone, just looking back at Kurt like,
and
come on, man.
Let the music flow.
And as the first swell of chords comes up, the crowd goes completely nuts over it and is cheering. You're standing there on stage, Kurt, watching this lunacy take place, and damn if you don't feel drawn to it. Give me a power roll.
I do have a backup plan. I make it 0-2.
Okay, you are able to fight off the urge to join in, but the other three are building. You see the bassist is kind of like nodding along, and after a few seconds of playing through the intro and getting towards the first verse, a look of kind of shock comes across the new bassist's face as he looks down at his hands that are now moving in sync with the rest of the band. And
I'd like to do the dedication as we're like,
this is your chance before you hit the lyrics. Give it to us. Yeah,
he just points out kind of into the sky. This is for you, Camilla. Last night we raised the dead. Tonight we're going to kill the world.
The audience goes insane. Everyone's cheering. The endorphins are unbelievable. This is where it all. This is the beginning of everything. Indeed, change has come. And yeah, I'll have you guys do performance rolls, and we're on the final stretch here.
Oh shit! I rolled a 90.
A 9.
53. I passed.
I will spend a couple points of luck to pass.
Push it. You're going to fucking push this roll, Atlas.
See, I leave the band and you lot go to shit.
I'll have to spend 15. I'll have to spend 15 luck.
You're going to fucking spend that luck. We are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beings of change, goddammit.
Play the recording. Play the recording.
I hurt this finger in the car crash.
Yeah. That's
Everyone's got an excuse.
Zach, would you give me a roll for the new, or Connor, sorry, give me a roll for the temporary bassist playing with you guys. Here's your score.
Oh, well, he failed too. That's a 91.
He can't keep
91. Up. He can't keep up. He's doing his best, but yeah.
So I was wrong. Not anybody could play a fucking bass.
And
we need Zach. He swings in on a rope and lands on the stage. And starts.
You guys are playing. The crowd goes quiet as the first verse starts.
He's singing his heart out, voice breaking. Along the shore, the cloud waves break, the twin suns sink behind the lake, the shadows lengthen in Carcosa. Strange is the night where black stars rise, and strange moons circle through the skies, but stranger still is lost Carcosa. Big guitar.
I'll stop you there. At this point, everyone give me performance checks again.
I'll
right,
pass
barely.
that time.
Barely.
58
Pass.
pass.
Yep.
74 under 75.
Oh, jeez. Okay, you're closing in on greatness. Kurt, what are you doing as this is happening? Are you still standing at the edge of the stage?
I was going to go and pull a fire alarm.
Okay, yeah, you've run into the arena and you're looking for a fire alarm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The United States.
This place isn't up to code. It's a freaking tinderbox.
So Soviet construction standards are not on your side. And yes, continue the song, Kurt.
Songs that the Hyades shall sing, where flap the tatters of the king, must die unheard and dim Carcosa.
Yes, I love the background vocals. And you know what? Let's do the next verse there, and then we'll do another performance check.
Song of my soul, my voice is dead. Die thou unsung, as tears unshed shall dry and die in lost Carcosa.
Something seems to be happening as this is going on, and everything is the world reality is kind of shifting and changing around you guys. I'll have you make a third and final performance roll.
I'm getting the hell out of there if I can't find a fire alarm.
Well,
Fuck this.
50 again, pass. Wow.
I'm spending the luck for a hard success.
I failed.
Okay, that'll get 2 and a fail.
I failed, but I'll spend 6.
At this
Spend
point,
6 to make
the
it.
new basis is fully enthralled. That's an 08.
Okay, and that will be enough. You guys were at
There's
9.
blood dribbling down the sides of his eyes.
Yeah.
At this point, you all gain 5 points of Cthulhu Mythos. I'm not sure you'll ever be able to use it. What's left of each of your minds pretty much shatters, and Kurt out in the crowd as
I was going to go out the stage door. I'm not pissing around anymore.
They've gone through 4 verses, and the song finally escalates after the solo's taken over. You are now abandoned the search for the fire alarm and are focused on getting out. You can see that the crowd is in various states of enthrallment.
Hastur fire, Voltum, Hastur.
That sounded very Metallica. I love that. That was really cool, guys.
As he hit those lines, you turn back. You can't help having one last look at your companions, and you can see Carter standing at the front of the stage. And in the dark of the night sky behind him, there is a darker shadow kind of swooping down towards the stage, and you see broad wings open up behind Carter as talons clutch onto him, and a half dragon-like, half bird-like neck and head extends above him as he's carried up over the crowd, still singing, still performing, and the band continues to play. And at this point, chaos erupts, and you're dodging fists and people clawing and scraping at each other. The entire building descends into utter chaos. You can see people rush the crowd and climb up onto the stage, and there's a few minders pushing people off at first, and it gets very physical and very ugly quick. You are going to fight your way through. I'm going to have you just give me a luck roll to see if you can get out of there. It's all going to come down to a luck roll for you.
Yeah, I'll make it as a hard success. 27.
Hell yeah.
27. And you managed to get to the edge of the arena, as you can see a full-scale massacre is basically occurring. Sound continues from the stage, but it's no longer recognizable as music. There is no sign of whatever happened to Carter, let alone Kyle or Atlas. And as you stumble through the streets, you can hear the sounds are amplified. Half of Moscow can probably hear this, and you hear the sound of car accidents in the distance and sirens and automatic weapons fire from different places. Somehow, walking and staggering through the night, you manage to make your way back to at least the hotel, and from there, maybe your last look back and see Neil Delano wearing the pallid mask and kind of look at you casually as you grab your stuff and head out. You meet up with Doc Zed, and the two of you basically get the hell out of Dodge. Weeks pass, time goes by, and the next before you know it, there's newspapers going about the Wings of Change album has been released posthumously across the United States and Europe and around the world, and people have been shocked to discover that there's a hidden track at the end. And you soon in TV interviews highlight Doc McGrief talking about the experience in Russia, and it's hardly even noticed, as the main news seems to revolve around the riots occurring in New York and LA and Chicago and all the other cities that have now been exposed to this final song of Wings of Change. And it's not many months after that before the United States government announces the creation of the first of their self-deletion machines set up in the cities to try to curb the amount of cleanup and chaos going on. And I think that's where we'll end it. So thank you, guys.
That was great.
It was good.
That was awesome.
Wings of
I don't
Change,
think
the
we
beast
need
descends.
I don't think we need an explanation because we pretty much know exactly what happened.
You were the instruments of change.
Indeed, you guys
And we did a good job.
That's right.
You sure did. And thank you guys so much. I really love the fact that it literally split to half of you going through with it and half of you not. That is the greatest dynamic I could hope for. That it
was the car crash. It changed everything for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wonderful.
Okay. Our players included Nathan Decker, Morgan Llewellyn, Stephen Bishop, Connor McLean, and myself with Mike McKen as the game master. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you would like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page listed in the description, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.